Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Hello.
Oh no, don't do that. Oops, I almost screwed up, guys. I almost edited it already. It feels weird doing this without headphones, though.
I know. That's why I said, why don't you have them on? Oh.
Yeah, I was a little bit late. Wisdom. I realized I needed ice for tonight, and I had to run out to the store real quick. And it's pouring rain, so that's why I'm a
Thunderstorms
couple
going
minutes
on.
late. Let's see who we got with us. Damn, this is full already.
Oh,
So we got Julie here. How you doing? Jillian Daniels. How are you doing? Wisdom. How are you? Candy Seven is here as our one and only mod at the moment. We are still taking applications. Faith Burrows. How you doing? Mike O. Who else?
somebody says they have no audio.
There's no audio.
Is everybody hearing the audio or just one person?
Man, now we got to get there. Hey Joe, how you doing?
Nope, it's good. She had her
Okay.
window.
Okay, good. You scared me. It's
I
like
know.
everything
Like,
should be working. Hello, Jagger. How you doing? Ian Cavaney, how are you? Sky Talker's here. Yummy Donuts here.
yummy
Laura,
donut.
yeah. Laura Jordan is here. How are you? Joe is here from Entity 7. Hey, Joe, how you doing? You guys rested up from your trip, I hope. It's odd asking people questions and then there's no answer.
I know.
So
Yeah.
why don't you pretend you're Joe for a minute?
Yeah, I'm a little tired. That didn't sound anything like Joe.
It didn't sound anything like Joe, but I didn't want to say that. Going to watching the big screen. No, you may not want to do that. So we just wanted to. Hey, Dawson, how you doing? We just wanted to go live for a little bit tonight because it's been a while since we've gone live, and of course we put out the new Paranormal Nightmare video, and their fans absolutely love it. We're converting minds and hearts. We have it now. Yeah, they hate it. Not, I don't think as much as the last one.
No.
But it's not as big yet, so hopefully that gets us
It's
big.
been growing pretty quickly, though.
So we probably are going to go through some of the comments tonight. But I still, I'll tell a little story before we really get started. Hey, Cassie and Ron, or both of you, or one of you, how you doing? So we went out and looked at a case today. We did an interview today, and it absolutely solidified that what I said about the Foreman brothers. Like, I 1000%, like, this just added to my belief that what I'm doing is right. I can't imagine sitting across from this family like we did, listening to their stories, listening to how terrified they were, and then making a YouTube video about it. And then saying it's demonic in the title, and then scaring the crap out of me.
And I have no idea what he's talking about because
Yeah,
I went in completely blind.
Hang on, I gotta mute this real quick so I can yell at the dog. Okay. Dog's trying to get in the garbage. She knows that when we're on live streams like this that she can pretty much do whatever she wants because we're not going to get up. Hey, Caroline, how you doing? So, and another thing we wanted to do tonight, if anybody has any questions, we're still newer and a lot of people maybe don't know us. I know we gained a lot of subs on this video.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's probably could be some new people watching. So go ahead and ask questions. Ask anything you want about us. We'll answer most things. So let me, I wonder if I should read the comments on my phone or should I share the screen?
Either way.
I see some, hey Anita, how you doing? Okay, let's see if I can figure this out. Comments. Okay. So I gotta share this. Let me go back to StreamYard here real quick. Present. Share screen. Yep. I wish I had two monitors, but I don't.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Microsoft Edge tab. Let's share this one. Oh, that was easier than I thought. So hopefully it looks right. Let's do this real quick. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted.
Yep.
All right. So this is the brand new and most recent. And I got to say this too. Don't anybody go over to any of these people and harass them. I mean, I don't understand why they don't see my point. Probably because they don't watch the video.
Yeah.
I would imagine that the bulk of them watch maybe a couple minutes at the most, and just make some judgments based on that. So this guy says, "So do you have a degree in psychology?" Absolutely not. Never claimed I did. Do the Foreman brothers? Probably not. So how do you know, besides the people you have interviewed, that they are scaring people? Chopped up interviews. Because like I said today specifically, we went out to a family's house and did an interview with them, and they are already scared. And then,
Which I know that part.
right, but it's so for us then to make a YouTube video out of it and put demon in the title. How is that? How is that not scaring people? Plus, all of the years of doing cases and things like that, like most of the clients that we've had have already had
multiple
teams, or at least a team, or a
usually
psychic.
at least two.
Yep.
Or two different types, either a psychic in a team, or they've had multiple psychics and multiple teams. I mean, there's been a variety. There's at least two of variety.
Yep. But they go in there and they're already scared. So, it's, hey, Anna Banana, how you doing? I see Giselle joined us. Camby, how are you? And there again, I've never said don't watch them. I've never said unsubscribe to them. They do pretty good videos. They're really, they actually do some pretty good videos. But to run around with an app and say, look at all this evidence we got on our phone app. Like it's irresponsible. And to do that to a family just adds to their fear. Let's see what. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with watching them, liking them. I'm not saying any of that. So I do love Paranormal Nightmare, but I can also appreciate what you have to say. See, and that's the whole point. We can all watch them, just agree or disagree with what they're doing. I mean, it's civil conversations are fine. I don't have a problem with that. But some of these people in the comments go overboard. Yeah, I'm sure they know what they're signing for, but the phone caller in the video specifically asked to be blurred and was told that he would be blurred. Yeah. So another thing I want to add is everybody thinks they know which case it is, and that ain't it. So if any of their people watch this or come across this, you're wrong.
You won't know which one it is.
Yep. All right, let's go back to the comments. Yeah, so all the comments are meshed together. Just got to find some juicy ones. Yeah, it's even causing people to go back and look at some of the older videos we've done, which is cool. Okay, so how can you say that nowadays drug use is rampant? I've lost people to drug use, but I certainly never used. Now who is lumping everyone together? So that was a point that I made in the video, that it's possible that that one of the people that they were interviewing is a drug user, or at the very least parties, because I'm of the opinion, and I know a couple people that are watching here said that I'm right on this, that you're not going to be uninvolved in any kind of partying and hang around with people that are overdosing most of the time, not all of the time. So I'm certainly not saying that the client that's in the video that I pulled some clips from, I'm not saying she does drugs. I'm not saying she's ever done drugs, but she seems to know quite a few people that have overdosed, and so I do suspect that at the very least she parties a little bit in some way. So and that, sorry, I'm trying to see who else jumped in on me while I was over on the other screen. Hey, stay tuned, Philip. How you doing? Yeah, he was definitely told that he was going to be blurred. He also told them that they couldn't talk about certain aspects of the case,
And they did.
almost the whole video was about what they weren't supposed to talk about. And also too, and obviously I couldn't put these in the videos, but I have screenshots from the Foreman brothers and voicemails from the Foreman brothers. And I wish I could show them, but it would give, I don't want them to know who this is, so that's why it's so secret. Hey Sky Talker, how you doing? I don't know if I said hi to you or not. Glenda, trying to figure out how to access my channel so I can become a member to channels. Yeah, Glenda, I am not the one to ask for technical advice. Candy might know. Man, I feel like I'm starting out really weird.
I'm just kind of drained, so I'm kind of quiet.
Yeah, hey Laura, how you doing?
That usually happens. So.
Belfast Crafty, how are you? I actually looked at something for her the other day. It was quite interesting.
Is that the one I looked at?
I don't know. No, that was something Wisdom told me to look at. Which I can't figure it out. Wisdom. I know he's still, or I'm assuming he's still in here. I cannot figure out what that is. I tried whacking it with different contrast and brightness, and I don't know. It's definitely a light source of some sort. You should. I'm telling you, man. You should put that up. You should clip that and put that in Debunkers Anonymous and see if anybody else has an opinion as to what that could be. It
was different.
Brian, how you doing? Man, we got 58 in here. That's fantastic. Yeah, comment section, Dawson, are the greatest thing ever created. Just trying to get down to the chat before we go look for another one. Lucky Rooster, Debunk the Junk, how are you? Wake up. Don't make me do that.
I'm sorry. You know I'm tired, so I'm just drained. It's not even tired, it's just drained.
Hey Linda McRae. Hello, Juniper. Well, glad you're still alive, Sky. I really do hope you're getting better. Just, are you home from the hospital, hopefully? Maybe you have been for a while and I'm just an idiot. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get
Harold's
down to
in here.
Hey, Harold. What's up? Yeah, Harold is the one that, so we went with him to this case that I was talking about today.
Let me go get that monster.
Yeah, a little monster's getting in the garbage.
The other one's hiding in the bathroom and the other one's getting the garbage. Get out of there. What's wrong with you?
So, Brian, I think, looking at your comment, I think I have not been watching them for years, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend I have. I have watched quite a bit of their content, but a lot of their fans seem to say that at some point they like took a turn, and I don't know what this videos that they did with Oh My Gosh, but it sounds like kind of like, remember when Fonzie jumped the shark? I mean, that's
what?
Jumped the shark. That was like when Happy Days started to really suck.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will say that's when a certain TV show or whatever has jumped the shark, because like they crossed the line and everything's been downhill since. So it's all demons, it's all evil, it's all bad. Why did they never discover, like, hey, you thought this was a demon, it's not a demon, it's just your grandparents coming in here trying to get your attention? How come that never happens? So sorry guys, trying to get to the bottom of the chat so we can go look at some more comments. Pappy's Paranormal, how you doing?
How is the slip and slide coming along?
It's not happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet, but I have what I'm going to do.
It's ported 99.
I have what I'm going to do. It's just when we get it ready to go, then because I don't want it to ruin my yard, because we're starting to finally get our yard back into shape from the tornadoes last year. So I'm just, we have it. I have what I want in my mind. So when it is time, we'll do it.
I'm very afraid.
This is funny because I have Crow and I have conversations going all the time about some. Well, usually is based on hot dogs and mayonnaise, but we have some random stuff that gets thrown in, but it's quite comical.
Yep. And on our Dawsonville party tonight, we have a holiday weekend, so we don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yep. Yeah, so a lot of people have said that there seems to have been a shift with the Foreman brothers at some point, that they just all demons all the time, you know. And I really don't like, and I'm not going to get into this too much yet, but I really don't like their Chasing Evil show that they do. It's on the same channel. It's a different playlist. It's where they go out and claim to be helping the police when I don't really see too many police involved in their videos. And I don't know why a cop would listen to three dudes sitting out in a field with a spirit box as gaining clues for these cases. It's gross. They've even turned, it's clearly like little static pieces. They'll ask a question, it'll static, and they'll put yes on the screen. It's like, oh my God. So yeah, we'll definitely be revisiting them. They're one of my favorite. And I think the reason that I think they bug me so much is because they're not just in abandoned locations or haunted locations or, doing what a lot of other people do. It's they're running around people's houses with apps. People that are scared and need help.
Yep.
So me and Josh had a really, really good idea about something he's going to do with some apps that we're going to do at the school. Ricard, yeah. I want to put that comment up there. I talked to another officer as well, and they pretty much said the same thing. Like, yeah, I can pretty much guarantee that they are not working hand in hand with cops as they claim they are, because that's not going to fly on a crime investigation. Having paranormal investigators there with a spirit box. Man, I'm babbling. How do I? There it is. Personally, never knew the Foreman brothers or Walmart until becoming part of the debunking community. I think the Foreman brothers, I'd seen them before. Omar Gosh, I definitely knew of. His channel's really, really big, and to listen to that guy cry like he did recently about not getting enough views. Like, shut up, man. You're getting 200,000 views and more. Like, don't even cry. So I did see Sky. Apparently, doctor's messed up and she's self-helping again. Question for Jeff: do you have any comments under the held for moderation tab? Yeah, Dan's checking. Like in a YouTube video or just on the live stream?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I'm looking. I got to switch to our other account.
Okay, so we've used it and use it sometimes, and there's been times where I'm thinking, that's interesting. That was an interesting thing that we thought it said, but there's no cop on the planet that's going to look to that and say, ooh, I'm going to go check this guy out because the spirit box said, or it's just not happening. It's certainly no court case ever.
In here, maybe? I'm not seeing on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't see that area of wisdom. Yeah. Oh, he does that now? I didn't know that he had done that before. That was gross to watch. So happy I got 12Ks in one video. Yeah. That's my point, Dawson. Like, that's Crimea River. And Major Truth, that is a big motivation there, because when you start making money doing this and this is your job, I can see why some of these channels kind of go the whatever it takes to get a lot of views and a lot of subs and a lot of memberships and stuff. I can see why a lot of channels do it because um, money is definitely a motivator. Their fans say, no, it's not. They don't make money. They had one of their mods in the comment section saying, that I don't know what I'm talking about. They're not making much money. It's like, yeah, they are. They're making enough to live for sure. So I don't know that all of them have quit their jobs, but I think Josh does this full time at the very least. I don't know about the other ones.
Seg's in here.
Oh, Side Guy's in here. Hey, Seg.
I feel like we just talked to him.
Yeah. Yep, we did. Trying to get down to the bottom again. Yeah, Omar is a millionaire thanks to YouTube. The Shape and I just had a conversation about that.
It says
And
it's
some other
next to
people
the
know.
tab, right next to the publish of the top of the page you were on.
Say what? I don't see anything like that. Wisdom. The tab is right next to the publish. I don't even see a publish tab.
Uh-uh.
I don't know. Maybe that's at the
And
end of
maybe
the
it's
video.
because we're doing it through
Yeah, we use
StreamYard.
StreamYard. Is that a YouTube thing? Okay, so Josh did quit his day job. Yeah, like I said, I don't know about the other ones. The families that the Foreman brothers visit are very similar in socioeconomic conditions. Very few mansions appear to be haunted. Yes, I've noticed that throughout, what we've done. It's usually wealthier white people with very, very clean houses don't have problems.
No.
I mean, it's clutter can definitely contribute to paranormal stuff or the claim of a haunting. That's definitely something I've noticed, but not always. I mean, there's a lot of these people weren't today.
Mm-mm.
They're just normal, clean house. I mean, they didn't look rich, but they don't look like they're hurting either. So, okay. All right. Should I go down to the bottom of the comments or should I go back to the comments?
I keep reading, so.
Hey, Julie, thanks for gifting a membership. Appreciate that. That means a lot. I got to put something up for members very soon. So we'll get something up there pretty quick, or maybe a members live, or we'll do something pretty quick. Do, do, do. So let's break it down. Omar bought land, 2 or 3 new vehicles, built a brand new house, and bought a crap load of animals. He custom ordered his Tesla. Yeah, he's not hurting. I agree with that. Exploring with Josh. I don't know his. I've not really watched much of him, so but I know he's a big channel. He's probably rolling in it too. I know Sam and Colby are. Do, 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 do. Yeah, you don't want to. If you're going for content, you don't want to check for logical explanations as to what's going on. Because then when you find out, you can't claim that it's a ghost and put it in your video. So.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh shit, Mike! Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. Somebody does. There's at least 30 or 40 people that like it, but this video in particular, I'll be honest with you, I got some really, really good compliments from people that.
Yeah.
And Side Guy gave compliments. All of you guys did too, so I'm not discounting any of that, but this definitely got noticed. Beardo said that I don't know if he shared it or if somebody knows if he shared that video, but people said they came over from Beardo, so
Yeah.
he did something. I don't know what he did. I don't. It was after his live, so he didn't mention it in his live. So
What was it?
But-
Mythos?
yep, Mythos did. Shape or
Mhm.
did Shape yet?
Oh no.
No, Shape
did.
has not yet.
Mm-mm.
He was busy working on a video. He just put one out yesterday or today.
Oh,
And
my eyes are so bored. Itchy.
and Crow finally got his video out. That was awesome.
Carrying on a conversation with Crow when he's working on editing, is hysterical. So our conversation, and maybe others can relate to this. Our conversations was he said something at night when I was
Yeah.
in bed. I would say something in the morning when I got up in the morning, and that's how our conversation went on for a couple of days. It's one thing, and then but it took like 24 hours. I mean, it took 24 hours to get a response. It was just quite comical.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because sometimes like he'll leave you this long voicemail, and then like during it, it sounds like he stops to, you know, break dishes or some shit.
Yeah.
It's just he'll just stop talking, and then you hear these loud bangs and stuff like that, and he's like, okay, and then he just continues on with what he's talking about. It's hilarious.
Lately, the things are things that I should do to you.
Yeah, of course it is. Well, I appreciate you saying that. I I thank you so much. That means a lot. I mean, people think that like I go at them just in a lot of their comments, you know, it's I'm just doing this because I'm jealous. I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's like you don't know me. Just because I haven't done residential cases for YouTube doesn't mean that I haven't done them.
But that's something that, I mean, residential cases shouldn't be on YouTube.
Sometimes now,
I mean, they should, but I mean, they should, the whole investigation should not be. Maybe parts of it to educate and for people to
yep,
understand, but it's different. But
we
does
do
your
have
channel say Toledo because you have chapters, offices? No.
no.
The only reason we changed to Boo Productions Toledo is because I got my account hacked, and we were Boo Productions or Paranormal.
Yep.
But because when I got hacked, we had to do something, but we didn't want it to change too much, so we just added Toledo. But almost all our branding still says Boo Productions Paranormal, and a lot of it still has our dog Boo on it, so that we know that it is ours. So we kind of kept that in play for a little bit, so people know that it's still us.
I feel like you got to scoot over a little bit.
No, because if you go on the other screen, I'm fine. It's just when
Okay.
you're sharing the screen.
Hey, Kaysa, how you doing?
Because if you look down at the bottom, I'm fine.
Gotcha.
This was
Yeah,
interesting.
Wisdom does some cool music, so check his channel out. What, this one?
This one, yeah.
All right. I noticed something. Foreman brothers eat candy, soda, and coffee for their meals. Then they say they have. So that's the cause of their haunting is their diet. That's funny.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that. Okay, I think she changed her name, but it used to be Crafty Nikki. I think the one that she sent me the other day was the worst fake possession I think I've seen in a while.
Oh,
you didn't
really?
see that one. It was, and then so they did this. This channel did this 5 day investigations, 5 investigations in 5 days,
Okay.
and 2 of them got possessed on the first night. The second night, they're all, "Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. You got to join us for this," and that, just all happy and cheery. And yeah, we got possessed last night, but we're mad and we're gonna go at it today. And they're like, "You did not get freaking possessed. Like, if you did,
You'd know.
the trip would be over and you would go home. You would not be."
Or you'd be in the hospital.
Right. Dawson says Kaza works too much.
Thank you, Kaza.
Dana must saw something I haven't
She
got to
gifted
yet.
5.
Oh, did she? Thank you. Oh, 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Kaza. She's one. She's a. I don't know, man. She is very, very gracious with a lot of channels. I see her in a lot of lives. She's always gifting something, and supports everybody so much. Like there, I mean, you're not the only one, but I definitely see that you do it a lot. Who is Fairy in the chat? Oh, Tanya, how you doing? I just saw Dawson say something. Seg, if you are here, I love the haunted doll video. That lady really thinks that doll is haunted. Yeah, that was a good video. I liked that you asked what you were allowed to do before you did it. You didn't just go in there and, kick the bear, as they say, like certain other big channels have done. But that was I like to see Side Eye Guy getting out and investigating things. It's it's cool to me. Um, so apparently Caroline Saxby got one of the memberships. That's awesome.
Can hear the thunder coming again.
Yep. Yeah, it stormed here like right before we started. So. One of the most. Yeah, it's. I think so too. I think she really believes that it's haunted. She's got, you know, I have no reason to doubt her. She is definitely not doing it for money, as Seg proved in this video. She's not. I think she does have a channel or a TikTok page or something. What? What?
Okay.
I think it was on TV.
I know.
She thought you heard the horns?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we get a little paranoid since last year when we had the tornadoes. It sounded like a siren was going off. Because last year when the tornadoes came, we didn't have a siren. There was no warning. It just came.
Yeah.
So we freak. Hold on.
It might be more on point.
Yeah, but if it's Morning Point, that's close to
Oh,
us.
that could be a fire run. I don't know.
That's why.
Dana's got to check out the weather real quick. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, I hear sirens.
Okay.
Is that more on point? Sorry, guys. Local talk.
Okay, it's fire.
Okay.
It's
that's
not
good.
solid. We're just
Okay, so
getting our
Seg
house
is
back
there.
to
Yeah.
pre-tornado, so it's like, no, that would freak me
And
out
that
if
was-
that happened.
That was what, last June? Yeah.
16th.
Yeah, that was some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
So
lot of
anytime, and
damage.
then within that week, we had like within 2 weeks of that happening, we had 3 major storms on top of it. So and we lost power. We were like in and out of power for like 2 weeks. So
Wisdom wants us to get back to the comments, so
sorry.
we'll quickly let me get down to the bottom. Hope I'm not missing anything. We'll come back to you guys too, and get back into more of your comments. So let's go back and see if we can find another juicy one to look at. Okay, so this one, I hope you guys can see these, but
Oh,
this
one's interesting.
commenter said you really can't say for a fact what goes on in their many hours of videos that you can't see. I agree with that statement. I understand that they're probably filming for say 8 hours, multiple cameras. I don't doubt that they're not showing everything.
No, because I mean, there's you couldn't. It would
Right.
be if you showed every camera, every recorder, you're going to be showing for a week.
Said they're diehard church. They say they're diehard churchgoers. I don't know if that's a fact or not. The papers to be signed and disclosures to allow any footage film. I understand that. We have paperwork that we do too, and it's a lot of shit. What's the word? Just cover our butts. It's not like you're giving us permission to put whatever we want on YouTube. We can tell you that we're going to blur your face, but you signed here, so we don't have to. So piss off.
Yep, but we also like with people that have come come to us and they want us to share their stories. They will tell us the only restriction is you blur my face and hide my. I mean, so the same thing if we're doing a residential, we let them know up front. We may be using this footage. However, and
when we say footage, we're not talking about the investigation.
No,
but
the
if we capture evidence,
we're going to. It's not like we're gonna the whole. No, we're not doing it. It's like the footage that we're using is something that is teachable.
Our threshold for evidence too is very, very much higher than what they're. In fact, I don't even use the word evidence because none of us have evidence of the paranormal. We have some weird shit that we can't explain. Unfortunately, we must suck at it because we don't get near as much as Sam and Colby and the twins. We just don't get that much. So maybe we're doing it wrong. So anyways, back to this comment. So yes, we all may agree that the titles used a lot of videos. I cringe at the word demon. I personally don't believe in demons. I do believe in positivity and negativity. So that's not a nasty comment. I mean, but I put to use demon in the title of a location or an abandoned property is bad enough, but they use it in cases with real people and families. Don't you think that scares them more? I know for a fact it does, and that's true. People tell us all the time that this person said this, and now I'm really scared. So, um, we're not going to read the friendly ones, unfortunately. We should do that sometime. Go to the nice ones, because the bulk of the comments were very positive and people that really liked the video. Oh, this one just says I'm a hater. I know. I can't help it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a comment on our CJ Faison video, and I said, you can't possibly believe that his videos are legit, can you? That is some of the biggest, fakest crap I've seen. This one I think is very, very long. Let me see if we can even read this one. Read more. Why can't we? Yeah, this one's super duper long.
Just pick out the highlights.
I sit here in front of a camera talking about what they do wrong. However, I don't see any videos of yours showing any different because we don't freaking do them for YouTube.
That's right.
And not that too, we've just really started doing YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, we've done cases since we've been doing YouTube stuff, and you
But-
guys will hear about us talk about them.
But you won't see them.
I would consider doing a case and putting it on YouTube if the family, because there's a couple instances where this has come up, where the family wants us to do a video specifically because there's educational value to it. Or one guy told us a long time ago that, like, I like seeing some of the paranormal stuff on video because it validates what we're going through.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about the paranormal teams that go in. It's, people telling their stories. So I can see that, and I would never take anybody that I suspected was not being truthful with us. Which, that's another paranormal nightmare video they did, was a very debunkable TikTok family with a big TikTok channel. They investigated their house. Then they said that, well, we knew it was bullshit, but we did it anyway. That's, are you sure you did? Yeah, this is a really, really long comment. The clients are supposed to contact them if they're experiencing issues.
I like the maybe you should get out from in front of the camera and collaborate with them before you pass judgment on them.
That will never happen.
That won't happen.
I would never go into a house with them. The second they would pull out a phone app, or they would hate me first off because their interviews, I would not do them the way that they do. I would, if someone tells me they're using a spirit app when we're interviewing them, it's like, okay, you need to take that app, delete it because it's scaring you and it's for entertainment reasons only.
And we've told people,
all the time.
And for instance, we did do a case where this person was watching cameras and watching ghost shows and the apps and everything, doing everything. We told her to stop.
And she didn't stop.
She didn't stop because then, like, not even 12 hours, not even 8 hours. And she was sending us the same camera. See, it's still doing it when we told her to stop.
And
we could debunk everything that was going on with the cameras. In fact, we even caught that a camera somewhere totally different was catching stuff that was being said on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, there was an audio bleed over.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it was, and she still didn't believe. And it's like, no, I mean, you can hear yourselves talking, but she just, and
it's
you can't help.
It's not just one house either. I mean, so many of these people, they will go to bed at night, wake up, and watch themselves sleep all night, and catch any little dust thing that goes by as a freaking ghost. Like, so yeah, I mean, we do know what we're talking about. Certainly we have lots to learn. I'm not acting like I'm some expert. We have a lot to learn for sure. So, but we do have some experience, so we can talk about things. And my goal for this isn't to go at people. It's to have teams do things better. Lucky Rooster. Lucky Rooster. Is this Jeff? I think it is. So yeah, we are going out on an investigation this coming weekend.
Yep.
We're going out with Josh, Paranormal Seekers, and we've invited where we did kind of a little spin the wheel thing. In Lucky Rooster, if he is who I think he is, why is he a different name? Maybe he's got 14 channels. Who knows? But anyway, he's going to go with
BJ.
us. Huh? Oh, that's BJ. Okay. Okay. My bad. So he's the other guy that's going with us. But yeah, there's going to be 7 of us, BJ.
Is there 7?
Yep. Me, you,
And
Jerry, Josh and his friend, and then the 2 winners.
Okay, yeah.
So that's 7 of us. And we've got it all night long. We're going to film some very, very funny stuff, but we're also going to do some very serious stuff too. I mean, we want to do a serious investigation.
And you guys can't film me sleeping.
Why? Well, we're going to film you sleeping because we're going to have a static cam on us.
I know. But I'm just saying, because I will probably be the first one to fall asleep.
We'll blur out the butts and the boobs.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm the only girl. Am I the only girl going on this?
Yeah.
Oh, figures. Always seems like I'm the only one.
So if you want to know where we're going, it's called the Middle Point School. It's in Middle Point, Ohio. Josh did a video about when Jasco and what's his name? Some other guy went. I can't remember his name.
I don't know any history on this building, so
I don't either. I gotta look that up this week. But he did a video and where Jasco went there and of course encountered a demon, got possessed, got shit thrown at him.
Stay tuned. This foreseen slip and slide in Mayo.
That will not be done at the school.
No,
I think they would kick us out and say
the slip and slide in Mayo, that will be done at home. Like I said, Crow and I are still working out details on that.
So Brian brings up another really good point about the apps. I think if you take away apps on YouTube, you have knocked out, at the very least, 40 or 50% of YouTube videos. There must be a fire or something somewhere.
The rescue just went down.
Okay. So, yeah, if you get rid of the apps, like that's 40 or 50% of YouTube gone. Although they'd probably come up with something else to,
right.
Some other dumb shit to put out. No slip and slide in Mayo, Philip. I know they don't. Okay. So, Dawson, here's my thing. I'm not opposed to using a phone app. If you're just because to me, it's very similar to the Ovilus. I got to say this first. So everybody, please, if you exploring with Angelo, sorry, Side guy, I just saw that. You have to take it for what it's worth, and it's 99.999% chance that it's going to be bullshit and coincidental. But there's always that potential chance, and I think that's why teams like the Ouija brothers, they use them, but they never say, "Look, we got a ghost because it said this." They just have it on. So, but that being said, never in someone's house.
Yeah.
It's like using the spirit box to, look for missing children.
So this is further down in the comments. Yeah, the sign we are on, like the street we live on, is like a main drag for like the township that's right next to us in Michigan. They have to come this way. So if there's like something happening on the highway, they have to come through, and our street is the main thoroughway it's the emergency route. So a lot of the sirens that we hear them, we're so used to it, we don't hear them, except for the tornado one. That's the only one I hear, I swear, because it's the only one I really freak out on. But we hear them. I mean, it comes down. So they're like probably not even 25 yards from our window.
Yeah,
so
at the most.
So yeah, so we hear them.
Hey, Fantastique, how you doing?
Pretty loud.
Thanks for joining. So Fantastique gets up at, I think she's nocturnal. If you guys haven't gone to Fantastique's channel yet, please do so. Wisdom, Stay Tuned, all those channels. Look these guys up. Wisdom and Stay Tuned do a lot of music and art stuff. So go check those guys out. They do some really, really funny shit. A lot of it involves hot dogs, which, I think they're talking about real hot dogs most of the time.
So you think, right?
Fantastique does she does a lot of stuff. She does a lot of art.
Yeah.
She does some music. She does some rants. She's definitely kind of like like and I don't mean this in a negative way, but a watchdog of the paranormal and the debunking community. So she offers a lot of commentary on that. And if I'm missing somebody's channel, oh, go check out Dawson too. Dawson's in here tonight. Obviously, Side Guy. I think everybody in here though probably already follows him and subbed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna feel really bad if I missed the channel. Hey Smack, how you doing? You'll always be Smack to us, even though you're Sue Mackey now. Carl, how you doing? So yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna get into something here in a second. With the apps are now more a video about technology, and you don't see it. Exactly. They want that instant response. I think that's why the apps are so popular, because you can take anything it says and jump to a conclusion. Like it applies.
And we've said that numerous times. How we've
Yep.
gone places and just let it run, and everybody has like, oh yeah, this and can relate it to something.
Yep. Okay, are we getting to the bottom yet? Because I'll go back to the comments. Oh, stay tuned, Philip. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for gifting the memberships. I appreciate that a whole lot. And again, I said I'll work on that tomorrow. Huh?
Go up. There's check out.
What?
Oh, Stay Tuned's channel, isn't that?
Yeah, Candy. Yeah, so good. Everybody go check out Philip. And I think she put Wisdoms in here too. Candy is a fantastic mod. We still got your T-shirt. We got to do for you.
Yes, I need to know. Color
She gave me the size. But
okay,
if you
color.
got to
Tell me if you have a favorite color.
message it to me though, so we don't miss it.
Yeah.
My damn smoke keeps going up. So again, thanks, Philip. We really, really appreciate that.
What was Side Eyes?
Laura, thanks for your support. Yeah. Oh, that. How did I miss Laura's channel? So everybody, that's another channel. Everybody go to Raw Side Paranormal. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to Laura. And Weeping Willow's in here tonight, so everybody go. Guys, if I miss you, I will eventually get to you because I'm just stupid. I'm sorry. Plus, it is a holiday weekend, and I've,
And they do go fast sometimes, so it's a.
Hopefully, this doesn't turn into the Seg Sloppy Drunk podcast. I'm just kidding, Side Guy. That was epic. That shit was funny. That was a good podcast. Yeah, but Weeping Willow's here too, and even if they weren't, go check them out. Joe from Entity 7. Dawn of the Dead is another channel with Dawn Marie, which is clearly Joe's better half. Sorry, Joe. Like I said, I just don't want to miss.
You gotta get to Joe's. There you go.
This
get to Joe's comment right there.
I'm very jealous of the. I'm very jealous of the Foreman brothers. I mean, it's obvious because I keep going back to them. So we're just doing this whole YouTube thing wrong. We need more apps. People want more demons. People want more near-death experiences. I mean,
more mountain.
Yeah. People definitely want more mountain.
More mountain.
So that's what needs to happen. Mountain needs to go out, start his own team, use apps, put demon clickbait title.
You're right.
Scariest night of my life. I was trapped. This could be a thing. Too bad I got ethics. Damn it.
Darn it.
Damn those ethics. We could get a fake psychic too. That would be fun.
I won't do that.
Wait a minute. If I could be a fake paranormal guy, you got to be a fake psychic.
I guess.
Maybe you need a fake psychic character. You need some like poofy ass hair, like the Long Island Medium. Uh-oh. Write this down.
Oh my gosh.
New character coming
now
soon.
Everybody's going to start thinking of a character
New character coming soon.
Psychic character for me. No.
The Midwest Medium.
You're the green spot medium.
Yeah, but the Midwest Medium, because you got the Long Island Medium. You've got the... I better be careful. I'm going to piss people off and start fights, because there's another few that I really, really don't like. But they love them some drama, and I just would rather stay off the radar because
Dawson wants
I don't want to get into it.
Make a video with Mountain.
Yeah, we're gonna meet up with a lot of these people too in the future. And Philip's already got his Mountain Moisture Cream. I could actually use a little bit of that today. It's a little muggy.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
With Marge Simpson hair and UV glow highlights. Oh my gosh.
when I hear Foreman Brothers, all I can picture is grilled sandwiches. I get it now. It took me a second. Jesus, the Foreman Grill. We
Oh
used
my
to have one of those.
Okay, so now I'm
Oh,
starting to think.
Fantastique has become a member for 1 month. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So now I'm trying to figure this
She's
out.
another one that supports everybody, like she really does.
So now we got to come up with some kind of.
I'm telling you, the Midwest medium. Yeah. Sada guy says ethics always get in the way. Yes, Dawson, I'm totally down for that. In fact, we're going to do a little bit of that next weekend when we go out with Paranormal Seekers. Mountain is definitely going to be there investigating.
Means
And
I got to get all his stuff
It will
together.
be real.
I got to make sure I pack him a bag.
Rumor has it the Buy My Shit guy may show up too.
Oh. Well, maybe that's when Midwest Medium should debut.
Maybe. We don't want to give everything away though.
No, maybe.
But you need some poofy ass hair, like
Oh, I'm going to be looking for it.
all
now.
these. But everybody too, go check out Crow's video. That was a good video on psychics, and we do believe in mediums, but these TV ones are clearly, man, they got something.
Crow and I actually
Did you and Crow talk
Crow
about
and
that?
I actually got off the topic of hot dogs and mail, and we got on the topic of psychics and mediums, and that was, I mean, so we had some stories to share on that. And he had a little bit of a surprise in that, so
That's a good comment there. Yeah, the Midwest medium would have Marge Simpson hair for sure.
we gotta come up with something good.
Does anyone remember a psychic guy who had a big ping pong ball wig? I do not remember.
I don't remember that one.
Nope. All right, let's go down. Let's try to get to the bottom if we can, and then go back to the haters. Yes, Brian, you're making some killer points in here. I don't think I've seen them all, but you're right. If you hear a bang, go look and see what the hell it is. If you hear voices, check outside the windows. I mean, like, try and hunt some of this stuff down, but it happens so frequently with them because they're so damn good at what they do, wink, wink, that they don't have time to hunt down every noise they hear. So you're making some banger points.
Carl go to his, go up to.
Where,
go up to.
This one?
Yeah.
Have the twins said anything about Mom yet? No, they haven't. Not that I know of.
Just their fans.
And I'm really, honestly, I'm surprised that the Paranormal Nightmare hasn't come at me yet, because one of their mods was in the comments. So I don't know, maybe they're enjoying their holiday weekend. Okay, we've got to the bottom. Let's go back to the comments quick before. I'm just looking for a juicy one. Oh, this one's a really good comment, but it's very, very, very long.
It's like it's a novel.
Yeah.
But if you have time, go back and look at that one, because I mean, they did bring up some points.
It was very, very respectful.
Yes.
And I have no problem talking with people like that. Like, we can disagree, we can even argue a little bit, but if we're being respectful, then it's all good. So that's how education happens. Yes. Oh, she does. She really doesn't like me. She even went back to the first Paranormal Nightmare videos that we did.
Yeah.
And went and actually watched part 1, which no one watched. Part 2 had over 10,000 views, but no one watched part 1. It's kind of funny.
Yep.
What gives you the right to sit here and drag their name through the mud when you were not there to hear the entire conversation that took place? So let's go back to that first video and the client that they, probably shouldn't say it this way, but took advantage of, clearly had mental problems. If they did any background work on her whatsoever, they would have said,
Seg.
They would. Oh, is he going?
Yeah.
All right. See you, Seg. They would have known that this is not paranormal. This is mental. But they went in there, did their app thing, got a bunch of evidence, and confirmed to her that she had a demon. So,
They can't see who the video was from.
huh?
They can't see or who this. It was at
Oh, okay,
Stevie
yeah.
Hill dash TF1
Stevie Hill, the fuck one double B.
double B. Yeah, that's the one it's from. It
I
was
mean, it
it was
wasn't.
left
It
20 hours
wasn't.
ago.
It wasn't nice, but it wasn't nasty.
No, it was
So,
respectfully
right.
done.
Yep. And it's again too like unless you have the experience of sitting across the table from these people when they tell you this stuff and watch them cry.
Oh my god. Aunt Kaylee has a good one.
Do we got to go back to the other comments?
Yeah.
I'm getting sidetracked easy, ain't I? Aren't I? Sorry. Ain't a word, so I ain't gonna say it. Okay, we're at.
Go. Wait, what was that one? Thank you. Oh, no. Yeah, no problem. Because I knew he wouldn't get to it, and if they didn't go up, it was
What's
Auntie
the name?
Kaylee. Right, the go up one. There you go.
Here's a character for you, the Long Beach Priest. Oh my God. See, you're gonna make me give you some royalties because that's hilarious. Some
Well, we have the beach.
I see it, some flowered shorts, a priest shirt and collar, at least the T-shirt that's got the fake collar,
A flask.
carrying around a flask or a island cocktail of some sort, doing exorcisms on people. That's a good idea.
On the fish at the dead fish at the beach.
Yeah. Well,
Make them come back.
that's a really good thought.
Yeah.
Another cool thing too. So just yeah, this is totally sidetracked. Fantastique is starting an artist. So there's people on here that don't have channels necessarily, but have artistic skills and things like that they do. And she's going to start a Discord soon, which is a cool idea, to where these people can maybe connect with people like us, or people that create YouTube videos and things like that, and maybe get some of their art into what we do. I think it's a very, very cool idea. She's going to talk about it. I hope so. Fantastic. We missed your live last night because we had a graduation party to go to. So that's why we couldn't watch. But I've got a list of ones that I want to go back and rewatch. But I think that's a fantastic idea. It's a way for some of these people to get their stuff out there. And, I just think it's cool.
You know what? You have that hat too, your beach hat. Your straw hat with the
Oh, shit. I didn't know where that's at. Yep.
cabana hat or whatever you want to call it. That would be funny.
Yeah, Mike brings up a good point. This is, I'm sure, referring to the Paranormal Nightmare crew. They are opportunists taking advantage of situations and overlooking mental health issues. I doubt they have a questionnaire that asks any kind of questions about medical history, psychological history, past drug use, current drug use. That's all of that stuff is on our questionnaire when we get new clients. Um, we and sometimes they don't answer honestly, and we can tell that, or maybe can't tell that, but sometimes it takes 3 or 4 meetings with people just to get them to trust you enough and open up to you. So their way of going in and doing bring all of our cameras, we do an interview, kick you out of your house for a little bit, do an investigation based on what you've told us, make a video, maybe check up on you a week later and see if everything's good and move on to the next one. That's the problem I have with it. Yep. Yeah, there's that one that Side Eye guy did. That one really bothered me. Like that lady needed help very, very badly. Um, she very well could have had paranormal issues, but you need to deal with the other issues first.
Yep.
I tell that to my clients all the time too. Like, if you have a drug problem, you may very well have paranormal issues as well, but we have to get rid of the drug problem first. You have no chance at getting rid of anything else if you're not going to deal with that first. Same with mental issues and things like that. So, Gary Spivey is the one I was thinking of with the wig. I don't know what that's about. Sorry.
Oh, Brian's got another one.
course he does. He's been on
He's
it all
on
night.
fire. Bye, weeping.
Oh, is Cassie heading out?
Yeah, she's
Ron?
got to take care of the kids.
Gotcha.
So Brian's got another good one, though.
Yeah. We do need a touch my cat ball shirt. That's funny.
You're way.
I'm way behind. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you are.
The priest is always 3 steps away from a vacation. All right. Oh my God. You guys are trying to kill me.
You are so far
Yep.
behind,
I
dude.
used to write, I'm thinking, full Jimmy Buffett with a dog collar. Jesus. Oh man, that's funny. That is hilarious.
Oh, Amber's here. We just saw Amber a little bit ago, too.
Oh, Amber's joining us? Shh, we got to behave now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so Amber's one that we went on that case interview with, and Harold had her do some research. Like, I don't know how many pages there were, but there was at least 15. So she
And
did
I have
some.
no idea what
Yeah,
any of
we
it
didn't
is.
tell Dana any of it. Man, there's a lot of sirens tonight.
I think there might have been something on the highway.
Oh, but
Because
Amber is
they're
a
all going that way.
fantastic researcher.
I'll go up.
This one, Brian's.
Yeah.
I don't like when they go live during an investigation. Often the client looks. Yeah, if they're doing that with people there, I don't think I've ever seen them do that. Yeah, it's pretty gross. I do know for a fact too that when someone wants a break, they say, okay, that's cool, but carry your microphone. Well, you guys saw it in the video. Take that microphone with you. Let's keep the camera rolling because I feel like you're going to break down and we want to capture it. Obviously, the last part they don't say.
Joe has a valid.
Joe fucking Vitale?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a good one.
Let's get to it.
Right there.
Mental illness plays a huge role in the paranormal. Absolutely 1000% agree. Believe it or not, there are a lot of paranormal investigators who also. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Joe, those are banger points. You're absolutely right on that. We know some. And that's as far as I'm going to go because I don't want to get in trouble and I don't want to start drama,
Right.
local drama in town. Not trying to shine. No, that's. Oops. Not trying to shine a bad light on people with mental illness. There are a lot of investigators who should not be investigating because they have mental illness. Yeah, we're not picking on people that have mental problems either. I went through a very, very dark period in 2018 where it was really, really bad, like bad depression. So I really learned like it's serious and you don't mess with people like that. So we're definitely not making light of people with mental illness problems, but in order to resolve any paranormal issues that they may or may not have, you have to deal with that first. That has to be step one.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that doesn't get resolved, everything else is gonna. You're never gonna get rid of anything or help them.
Right.
And God forbid if you go in and do a fucking exorcism on them, because there's a lot of fake priests and people like that will do that. The Catholic Church requires mental evaluations and things like that for a reason, because you don't want to mistake a mental illness for a demon, because a lot of them can have really similar.
I mean, we've seen in one of our
shows.
cases. I mean, that the demonic side was. I mean, you could not almost separate it because the person thought they were pretty much crazy because of the demonic side, but she also needed mental health, but that's what it preyed on was the mental health part of it, and so it's just a vicious circle.
And it was, she did do mental evaluations and all that stuff that was asked and required. she had such a trauma is another thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Like her story will, holy shit. I mean, that's probably the roughest life story I've ever heard. That was some sick, bad, crazy shit.
And Laura Jordan, she and Jeff mentions this in videos though too, but a lot of medication. I mean, that's why if you guys would see our questionnaire, we ask for every single medication someone takes because the side you cannot even believe half the side effects some medications have.
Yeah.
Like for instance,
And
this is something.
combinations of them.
Yeah, and we use this for just because this happened to me. And it's not, but I actually was on a medication for a diabetic medication that's supposed to help you not have symptoms of neuropathy. And it ended up giving me symptoms of neuropathy if you take it for extended amounts of time. So I ended up having to quit that medication because the side effects were making it worse.
Sorry,
and that's with other medications too, but that's just something we personally saw, so we can just only imagine what these other combinations, and being in the medical field, it's easier to know some of those side effects that most people aren't, because sometimes they might not be a common side effect. It's one of those side effects that's listed like 20 down, and so people don't realize, well, if it's 20 down, that's probably not going to happen, but it does a lot.
So this is probably relating to something that we're talking about. That I don't know if you can ask that question with some more detail. I'm sorry I missed it when you asked it, but I'm way behind in the chat. Just call me Crow. Call me Side Eye Guy. Whatever.
Does holy water expire?
No.
I asked because the foreman said they get a gallon once a year. Does the magic of the prayer decrease the Yeah. We actually, I mean, we've had I have one bottle that I've had for over a year, almost 2 years. I mean, I wouldn't think it would expire.
No.
Because it's just water that's been blessed.
Right.
Now we've joked about going and getting a mason jar of it, but
and a squirt gun,
but we wouldn't do that. But I mean, it was just in passing, joking around about it.
Okay, so Laura may have answered DDT's comment. Thank you. Okay, holy water. So am I close to the bottom? Because I came across the one you just talked about.
No.
Here, okay, this is another important point to bring up. Debunk the junk. I've said it before. It's more likely that we haunt ourselves.
Yeah.
There are a lot of cases too where it is so real to the people that, like, we may not be able to prove. Oh, Jesus, we may not be able to prove a haunting at all, but it is so real to them that it's very much like a real haunting. So, and those are the toughest ones, and it's not necessarily a mental illness. It's just they are so afraid and believe so much that they actually start to see things for real. So.
And you can do that because even if you do heavy meditation, you can do that in just meditation. Mm-hmm. You can cause yourself to do that same thing.
I can't listen to those meditation videos.
No, I
get freaking weird ass dreams, like really, really crazy shit goes on when I listen to those. I tried it before to go to sleep better, but it doesn't help. I have dreams like crazy.
It's because you don't open the mind.
Yes, I do. That's the problem. Is I open the mind and I can't freaking sleep.
Brian has one. Have you guys caught any evidence that of a the one about this one is kind of, we'd say this one, we talk about this one a lot. We were on an investigation and we heard it live on video and on 5 recorders that Jeff heard a voice behind him, and the five other people that were in the same room, we all heard it, caught it on his video, and actually caught it on recorders and heard it live.
Yep, heard it audibly.
Live, yeah.
So, something walked up and said it right in my ear. Hear us. It's kind of like, okay. But, see, I didn't freak out. I didn't do all that shit. I was like, okay, it scared me because, like I said, it came up right behind me in my ear. And we know for a fact it wasn't an outside voice or anybody else that may have been in the building at the time. We know that for a fact. It was in the room with us. So I mean, that's one of my best catches.
Yeah.
My buddy Harold has some, but he's been doing this for
Years
40
and years
years.
and years.
Yep, he's got some cool shit too that, like, okay, definitely cannot explain that. Weird. Okay.
It's kind of funny with Sky because it's like I've had frozen shoulder, I've had joint pains, but it's only on one side. So I'm like, okay, but mine's all been related to medication I no longer take.
Yeah, Sky's got lots of issues, um, but she's got the best attitude
Yes.
that I've ever seen. I mean, most people can sit here and, I've got this problem and I've got that problem, and I'm just going to sit here and pout about it. Not Sky. She's in all these live chats all the time and always with an upbeat attitude. That's freaking awesome. Okay, we can go back to the comments a little bit now because we're caught up. So let's get behind again.
Ryan's got another one.
Let's wait on him for a minute. Great video. Sorry, I'm just trying to look for one of the nasty ones. There really wasn't as many nasty ones on this day as there was on the last time that we checked out the Foreman Brothers. And I'm telling you right now, there's going to be more because I came across some stuff after I put this one out that just really, really bugs me. So, oh shit, some of these I haven't seen yet. Okay, this one's probably got some juicy moments. I've watched a lot of their videos. I've seen them multiple times address mental health with clients and recommend it. I've never seen that, but I haven't been watching them for years like a lot of people have. So it's possible, but I've definitely seen videos where I suspect mental health problems. They just go with the story.
Well, there was a comment earlier that somebody said that they used to be more, but since Twin Paranormal was starting to, get more views in that, so that they kind of tweaked up what they're doing so that they can get more views and likes and shares.
Yep. Just kind of skimming over this comment. I hate when people, I'm assuming she means accuse other people of wrongdoing, but he doesn't want to come forward or show the proof of his conversation with them. Because they're afraid of the Paranormal Nightmare fans. Because they can be very, very nasty. I've seen it. So that's why this guy doesn't want to come forward. That we're talking about the phone caller in the video. He does not want backlash from them, their fans. He already went through it once.
Doesn't want to do it again.
Does not want to do it again. And I did get his permission to put everything that I put from that phone call in the video. I promised him I would. I sent it to him
and they approved it.
Before we aired the video. And if they would have said no, we wouldn't have a video. So I didn't feel like they've already been lied to and didn't trust me, which I understand why. So, I felt I owed it. Oh, we got a new comment from people are nasty to you. Okay, so this Holly seems pretty reasonable too. I'll have to read that one later when I can reply to it. I think why does YouTube duplicate the comments sometimes? Glad you're doing a part 2. It may be harder to find the bad comments than what I actually thought it was going to be. So maybe we should just go back to the chat and see what you guys want to talk about.
Yep.
Because it may.
Oh, Jeffrey Kuhn is on. He is actually going with us to the school.
Yeah, I confused his profile with BJ's. That's earlier on. That was.
Earlier, I was like, how did you get that one?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be, I guess, done with the comments for the night, and we'll just go back to chatting with you guys. So How do I get rid of this? There we go. I figured it out because I'm a goddamn genius. Hey Jeffrey, how you doing? Um, we're coming up where I almost get my hour break here.
Yeah, oh, figures.
Yeah. Yes, Candy. We don't want him to get backlash. And the funny thing is he actually, after seeing it, he was like, I almost feel like I want to talk on camera. And I said, you
No.
don't. You really don't. I mean, YouTube can be a very, very nasty place. Just,
Let's just keep it the way we have it.
if you really want to, let me know. But I really, really advise against it. So, and I don't even know that I would show that. I'd have to think about that long and hard because I don't know that any good could come from it.
Yeah.
So, Mothman, how you doing?
Mothman has.
Okay, apparently I have a hard question to ask the community, but I will have to do it in a video because where would you post that video, Mothman? Let us know because would you make a video and send it? I'm not sure how that would work. Caroline, how you doing? She said good day. Oh, she's talking to the other Jeff. She already said hi to us. Jeff's a cool guy. I'm looking forward to meeting up with him in 1 week. So we're looking forward to that.
So if anybody has questions, let us know.
I think they're all just talking amongst themselves, that's just how this community works, though, and that's so cool. Like, you see the same people in a lot of the same shows. Nobody's talking anything paranormal here in the chat. He's got a channel of drone videos. Okay.
Brian has a question. Brian's on fire tonight.
Ask away, Brian. We will sit here and await because we have caught up to the chat. Yeah, hit that. I mean, I hate asking people to do that shit, but it is really easy. Hit that thumbs up if you can, and subscribe and share if you feel like you want to.
Artificial intelligence to analyze evidence. Can we do it?
Ooh. Where is that? That is to analyze. That's a really, really good thought. I've never looked into it, so I can't really answer that, but man, that would be fucking awesome if AI could analyze, because that is one of the worst things about doing a real investigation.
That's something I'm going to ask someone we know.
Okay.
And get their response. And it's not going to be, I think I'm going to do it more so in a general form, not just based on paranormal, but with other topics, just not paranormal.
Because, so when you do a real investigation, you may go to a location for, say, 4 hours, set up your 4 DVR cameras, say 4 audio channels, a couple recorders, a couple video cameras. So at 4 hours, you can easily amass 40 hours of data, easily.
Mm-hmm.
And all that needs to be analyzed. So when you do that, especially in a private case, you can, excuse me.
Yeah.
You've committed to 40 hours worth of work. And you can't be watching YouTube in the background while you're watching somebody's home video, because that paranormal happens like that. And if you're not focused 100% on it, you're going to miss it.
Jeffrey's got a question. And this is why I'm going to ask, because I know someone that specializes in
Let's get back up to where we were.
computers. And so that will be something they may be able to
Huskies
answer.
cannot talk. I don't know what that's all about.
I know if you watch RuPaul, Lassie does.
Yeah.
The dog that played Lassie.
Now this is actually a good question. Um, why are debunkers so disliked by certain sections of the YouTube world? One, because I feel a lot of it is because you upset the cash cow.
Hmm.
When you call people fake that are making a lot of freaking money, it's going to piss them off. And a lot of times they make a lot of money because a lot of people really, really like them. It's, I don't want to say cult or anything like that, but um, twin paranormal fans will cut your throat if they have to. Like there's some nasty, nasty people, or can be, and certainly I'm not saying all of them. It's definitely not all of them, but but there's a chunk of the debunking community too that can be
Hmm.
pretty shitty. Like,
Yeah.
um, I hate to say that, we always discourage that, but there's like Cody and Satoria. I don't doubt for a second got threats. I don't doubt that for a second. So I mean, there's people on our side that do inappropriate things as well. Mm. You all right?
Yeah.
All right. That's a good question too. So why do people have to have devices to investigate? If there's something there, it would show up without a device, right?
I don't use anything when
Right.
I investigate.
When we investigate a house, I mean, we use EMF readers to see if there's EMF in the house, not to detect ghosts. Like we want to see what the readings are. Like did one case years ago where we ran the EMF detector by this girl's pillow that was seeing all kinds of crazy stuff, and it was like an insanely high amount because the electrical panel was right below her bed in the basement, and the panel was leaking EMF. So EMF can cause hallucinations. It can cause all kinds of bad shit. Um, so no, we'll pull more stuff out if we do a fun ghost hunt.
Yeah.
But
But when we do residential, we don't use.
because I can't go to somebody with something Spirit Talker said.
Yeah.
I won't do
I
it.
mean, literally, when we go to residential, we have. Jeff usually has a video camera
Mhm.
and a recorder.
And we do DVRs,
Yes.
cameras.
Occasionally DVRs. I go sometimes with a recorder and a notebook. That's what I usually go with.
Mhm.
So I don't, and it drives Jeff nuts because he wishes I would just use a recorder, and I don't.
Yeah, but we don't get the K2s out. We
Mm-mm.
certainly not the damn flashlights.
No.
I hate the like in 2024. If you're still using flashlights, you're a dumbass and stop, because that has been debunked so many times by so many people. Throw them away. No, keep them because you need to see in the dark. So, but you're not communicating with anything with a flashlight.
No.
Now, if you have it not in that twisted sweet spot and something turns your flashlight on, that might be
Right.
different.
Yeah, if you have one that you actually have to push a button
Right.
on, then that's different.
Yep. So we use very little when we do residential stuff. We'll play around with things like, this. I'm going to bring cat balls with us to that school. I've never ever used them before, but I just want to see what makes them go off. But I don't want to do it in someone's house. Here I am singing. I don't know why. Idiot. I am going to have to go potty. So you might have to take over here for a minute. Let's find a question that is. Does anybody have a question for Dana? So that I can go
Do his potty break.
to the bathroom and get a refill.
Oh, somebody asked what a cat ball is.
Oh, right here. It's just things that
They're crazy.
people think they're cat toys, but they're not. These are ghost detectors. Just kidding. They're cat toys. And I think there's different brands of them because this thing does not go off. Let's let it shut off.
When we were in Virginia, the ones that they had were like that big.
Yeah, there's different
a lot
brands that are
bigger.
more sensitive because now watch. Like I really have. Did you see how much that moved and it
Right.
didn't go off? These things suck. They clearly don't detect ghosts.
Nope.
not this brand. We need a better brand.
The winning lot. Okay,
But
that's something that mediums don't. Well, that's something that like Crow and I had this conversation. It's crazy because you can't. I don't foresee like seeing lottery numbers in that. It's
Well, talking to psychics, it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
A lottery number is not an energy that you can connect with.
No.
And a lot of it is like connecting with energy, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's basically all energy that I.
So you're not gonna. The lottery numbers don't produce an energy.
Now I can see things like, for instance, today, everything came up in pairs of threes. So there's something that deals with threes. So now, because then this leads into my next question. Because somebody asked, what would you do if you weren't, what would I do if I weren't investigating? But that question was for me. I don't know what I would be doing. But when I investigate, so it's a little, yes, somebody said, go potty while I'm talking. Go.
I'm out.
What I normally do.
No one can hear you.
I know. I'm getting over.
Okay.
So normally when I'm doing when we go on investigations, even when it's like not a residential, I take a notebook and I write down everything I feel, I hear, or I sense. For me, left side of my body is female, right side of my body is male. So if I'm actually sensing something, I will I will get different things on. So if I'm talking to somebody, I will know if it's male or female because of the side that it comes across on. It's hard to explain, but but that's why I write everything down, and then I go back through. Just like today, like I said, everything kept coming up in threes. I had 3 trees. I had there's 3 trees. I saw 3 crosses. Everything that happened was in threes. So then I will go back when I'm at the investigation, I write everything down that I'm feeling and hearing, seeing everything. Then I go back, and then like tonight I will just sit there and meditate, and then whatever comes and I'll fill in gaps of what comes to me. It's weird. It's hard because not everybody does that, but Jeff wants me to always say it out loud, but I can, but sometimes I lose my train of thought then. So I usually write everything down, then I go back through, but I'll start talking to him about stuff, because if it's something that I'm like, wait, this has happened to, and so that he can actually be like, okay. But when we go to, though, like, I don't know anything about where we're going and nothing. I don't even have any clue where. I know what city we were in, but I had no clue where we were at in the city. I also I get no information before we go, but then I also don't get any information after we leave, because knowing I'm going to come home and I'm going to finish writing my notes out. And then that's what we present to the team, to our team. We'll go ahead and present that to the team. And that way I can, we can go through, and then we can validate with the research that we have done, and it kind of can tie together and use it that way. So why can't they just say words and sentences? And this is something too, as we switch, depending on what it is, I sometimes can get sentences, or not sentences, but you get words. They will give you words, like words will pop up, and then once I go back and I start looking at them and I'm meditating and getting it, that's when I will start getting more information. It's just kind of more, it gives me little things to go back and to kind of go and look, within. And that's how I usually will end up getting the steps. But I have carried on with a Native American spirit. I've actually carried on conversation with that person and ended up being one of my spirit guides, which I didn't know because he's like a crossover spirit guide. So it was kind of interesting.
Sky, you live in the future. That's not possible.
That's why I said I can't do that.
Plus, she lives like those Australian people, like they're just future dwellers. We have no power to deal with that.
When do we get to see you guys investigate? Next weekend, we will be investigating.
We're going to do some live. Yep, we're definitely going to do some lives.
Dawson, yes, Dawson. I thought he knew that.
Wait, what?
Dawson's like, you're a medium? I'm like, yes. Well, we don't really, I guess, because we know how some people.
I mean,
we don't really not hide. We don't hide it, but I'm not one that I'm not like a TV psychic.
Do you say you're a medium, or do you say you have abilities or gifts?
A lot of times I don't consider myself a medium. I say I have abilities. I mean, I really don't always say I'm a medium because I don't give readings and everything.
Right.
I use my abilities to do on paranormal investigations, but I do read people, but I don't just blurt it out to them. It's like if they ask me and I get a read, then I might say something, but I won't just come out and be like some mediums that go on the street. Oh my God, I gotta tell you, nope, I don't do that stuff. So,
and it's, I mean, my understanding is sometimes things just, I don't want to say people can't do it on command or on demand, but it doesn't work that way either. Like, you may not get something. Like
I mean, today on my way to do this investigate, because I knew I was going in I wasn't going in as an investigator. I was going in as the medium kind of side. And so my total persona changed like the whole way there. I had headphones in and meditating. And you
fell asleep and I locked you in the car.
He did. And then I woke up
after kidnapped at McDonald's.
And so I woke up and it was like, he's gone. And I walked in there and they're like, yeah, you can. I'm like, I saw what they were doing. I'm like, nope, I'll go back out to the car and earbuds back in and just sitting there and meditating all the way to the location we went to.
I had to tell the poor little girl when you were down there. Like, I had to tell her, I'm like, she's not ignoring you, sweetie. She can't hear you because she's got headphones, because she was fascinated by like what you were doing.
I didn't even know.
She was such a sweetheart.
I didn't even know. All I remember her is directing us with Lincoln Logs to where we needed to go. When we first got there, that was really cute.
And then she scared the shit out of me because she's got a little slide that goes up to her bed, and she was holding toys trying to take them up to her bed and climbing up this thing and like was falling a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, don't fall while we're the only ones in here with their kid in the bedroom. Like, don't fall right now, please. It's not a good look for us. But no, she was that, and that's why we do what we do, because this kid is a part of the case. And I can't say too much because you're here, but I mean, when kids get messed with, I get pissed off. Like, I don't like that. And there's very, 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 very credible claims. And I can't plug your ears. That's not going to work
if I do it. I have to have my headphones on and come on, because I mean but see, that's steps we take. Some people, like a lot of psychic mediums, won't hide themselves. Like I put headphones, like they were still upstairs talking, so I put headphones in, and when I try to walk around, I try to put headphones in so I don't hear anything else going on. I just hear what's playing in my ears, and then I don't.
Hey, Foxfire.
I don't have I can't.
Apparently Laura is leaving us. Her last episode she did, Rawside Paranormal. She had this guy on. His channel isn't even paranormal. It's called Carbs and Coffee. Really, really good interview. You guys should go check out that live. That was some good times. I didn't watch it live because something happened. Oh, I think I was on the phone with somebody. But I went back and re-listened to it, and it was awesome.
If this is for me, reproduction. What's your take on time travel? I think it's a possibility, because if you do the we call it remoting. Yeah.
Ear. I'm just kidding.
I think it's a possibility because I think it's just like when we remote, which some people are like, that's crazy, but we actually did an experiment that kind of shows that it's possible. Plus,
There's
Jeff
something
has
to it.
experienced hands-on here in our house of me coming into my house and brought someone with me, and our dog did too.
Yeah,
so
me and the dog, and we had no idea what they were doing.
yeah,
But me and the dog were sitting in my office, used to be over there in that bedroom. And we were sitting there, and like we saw a shadow walk in front of the heater. I thought someone was outside of our front window. So I quickly got up and ran over there to see if anybody was there because I'm like, somebody's trying to get in the window. Nope, nobody there. And it was not a car because the street's far enough
Yeah.
away it wouldn't cause the shadow. It was unique, and me and my dog both were like, what the hell was that?
yeah.
And come to find out later, they were practicing this remote stuff. It sounds crazy, like it really does. It sounds like, come on, man, you're bullshit. But I'm telling you, I know people that can do this.
Yeah, we have a video on it.
Yep.
Of our friend Adam doing it, and then so it was us practicing, and I brought someone into our house to see if they could remote in with me, and they did. And as soon as I got home, he was like, "What'd you guys do?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Did you guys come to the house?"
That's actually a good question.
It's like, yeah.
For you,
Is it a benefit or a curse? At first, I felt like it was a curse because I didn't understand it, and I didn't know what was going on, and I thought I was crazy. And then once I connected with our friend Carmen, and she started to explain everything to me, and then I took a shamanic journey class because I go more based on a Native American approach. Then that's when I started understanding it. Once I started understanding it, it can be a benefit because we've actually given closure to some spirits that have passed and just needed to finish crossing over. We've done that. I walked Jeff through crossing over someone because he brought a little girl home with them because he forgot to tell them to stay home.
I'm definitely do as I say, not as I do, because I tell people don't invite shit to come home with you. What did I do?
He invited her home.
Yeah.
He told her to come with her. And
this a true story. Like something was in our house for like a week.
Well, and stuff happening to me. And it was like, oh, Jeff, what the heck? And it was like this little girl was constantly like picking at me. And it was like, what the heck? And then he finally fessed up and he goes, wait a minute. I think I might have brought her home. And then it was like, okay, so then we're going into mode. And then it's like,
then everything stopped. And
once we crossed her over, everything stopped. But that's something too. I do turn it off. Because an old place I worked at was on Native American, a lot of Native American history there. I literally had to learn to shut it off. And so they got 5 minutes before I started work and 5 minutes at the end of my day because they just were constantly coming at me. So I had to put a stop to it. And I do turn it off now. I'm just starting to get back into it because I actually turned it off for about 6 or 7 months because I couldn't. I had too much going on. I was so stressed at work, and I thought, it was gonna be to the point where things could attach to me. So I turned it off so I didn't have that happen. So in a
lot of cases too that we've done that actually proved like there's something going on there. It a lot of times turns out that somebody in the home is like a beacon and has abilities.
Yeah.
So like in a lot of times it's like teenage girls, special needs kids. I don't
people that have
know why.
mental health issues.
Special needs kids. I don't know why they're like a damn beacon to ghosts.
Little kids
I don't know
general. Why. Little kids. But anybody with special needs is a huge. And
it's not just they bring things that they see, it's stuff goes on that their parents see as well. And it's like I said, they're like a beacon to ghosts. I don't know why.
And a lot of times, like the abilities, everybody has the ability to have the abilities. It's just what you do with it. It's a lot. Usually, when you're little, you have that make believe friend. It's actually a friend, but your parents tell you that that's impossible. So then, in that, don't tell anybody
you're
that, and
basically
they start
trained.
to
Yeah, you're trained to be like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No,
and
so,
once you
plus kids, this is scientific. Let's say we see between 20 and 80, whatever the
spectrum is.
yeah, whatever the spectrum is. Kids see a little bit beyond that in both ways. So and that's why people say, and what if
but
there's
even
truth to it or
males
not,
and females see that differently. So it's
same with hearing. Their hearing is a lot better. My hearing sucks because I played loud rock music for a lot of years.
But it's but like I said, so I can turn it off when needed. Especially because I have ADHD, so sometimes I really do have to turn it off because it's not something. I mean, when I first got it, I was having horrible panic and anxiety attacks whenever I'd go in public. I mean, or like when I'd go into we went to a play.
Yeah.
And I about freaked out.
When you get around people, and if you're empathic at all, you absorb their shit.
That was happening. I mean, it was just like there were so many emotions so I had to learn to control it. But by taking the class the shamanic journey that I did, I learned how to control everything, and so now it's much easier.
So Brian asking, dude, we should have just had you on the freaking show. I don't know if I've ever chatted with you. Maybe I have before, but like you could have, interviewed us. Paranormal State. I think, like a lot of YouTube channels and TV shows, I think they start out legit. I don't think it's all about, filming and TV and getting episodes and this and that and the other thing. I think a lot of them start out with a genuine, they do things legit, but then you can start getting producers involved. And what am I looking at? Oh. No, I'll answer that here in a second. So the TV aspect and the content aspect definitely starts to play a role in a lot of these TV shows and channels. But I think a lot of them actually did start out legit. Where was that one?
It's down probably a ways.
That's something I do want to talk about. Yeah, I'm way. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Far behind. Anita, goodbye. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining. No, Brian's going to bed. Hopefully you saw our last answer. Yeah, people are starting to drop out a bit now.
I don't know where it was at.
Well, it's
Dawson Sky. I basically live in my car after that one.
I'm about to drive up to Toledo. Oh, okay. Hey, Dawson, answers. You're welcome over here, brother.
So it's down still a little bit.
Jeffrey, we'll get to your question in a minute. Remote viewing.
Was his?
His was about remote viewing. We talked about that a little bit, though.
Is remote viewing Vancouver? I keep going down.
She showed me a question I'm trying to find. Yes. Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
I was actually a manager of the Warren Legacy Foundation. Dana was a member.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, who was also on our team, he was a member as well. Oh, the cat ball went off right because I hit it. I was a manager of it. And the Warren Legacy Foundation is completely 100% separate from Nesper, which is what Ed and Lorraine Warren started and Tony Spera now runs. But the foundation was set up by their grandson, Chris McKinnell, and no.
Oh, Lorraine.
Lorraine, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Lorraine, because when the Conjuring movie came out, they started getting people from all over the world that wanted help. So the goal that Chris and Lorraine started was to help people everywhere, anytime. So the goal was to get teams that were credible from all around the country and the world to investigate these cases and help people. But one thing the Warrens learned, like in their career, was that going public and bringing the shit to to media attention was not good. They ruined a lot of people's lives, and they realized that by going to the media. Sometimes the clients went to the media too, so it wasn't just them, but it was the. I got to be careful because I still have a lot of really good friends in the foundation. The stated goal of the foundation is I 1000% still back that 100%. I back it. I get it. I'm on board. I love it. But it didn't work out that way.
No.
I saw some things that happened, and I had to step away. Like I said, I don't want to say too much because I still have very, very good friends that are involved.
We just,
but yeah,
we were taking it a different, we wanted to take a different approach to how we wanted to help.
And
I will say we did learn from all the people we have met. We've learned quite a bit, and we've grown a lot of it as investigators, especially for our residential, because that's basically all we did was residential. So we've learned and grown from those experiences, but as the foundation is still going, it just wasn't a fit for what we needed anymore. So we kind of parted our ways.
And I did so much for so long with them that like I had to take a break.
Yeah.
He
was literally between cases, doing cases, doing videos, doing lives, and that I literally did not see him. He was in his office. When he got done with work, he came home, and that's all he was doing. It was taking up a lot, because when you have a big group like that, everybody needs to be helping out, just not a handful of people. And that approach was starting to wear.
Because there's a lot of members, but very, very few that actually do.
Yes.
And I hate to say that, but it's
the
truth.
And so it was, for us, it was, like I said, we learned a lot. We still can we still, if we have questions, we can go to some of those people, and we've made friends that are in the UK. We're actually, when we go to the UK, we're meeting up with some of those people we met, because it's the one time we'll get to meet them in person. But we also have, value that we can go to those people still, and we respect them enough and they respect us enough that we can, everything is learning. There's actually been members that have left the Warren Foundation before us, that if the one guy, I remember, because he does alien stuff, so if I have a question on it, I can, whenever I want, he will answer any question I have on it. So it's we've
made lifelong friends.
Yes.
And there's still a lot of really, really good people that are involved with that, doing really, really good things. It's not necessarily an endorsement of everything that the Warrens did, because there's a lot of debunkers that have laid out really, really good cases as to some bullshit that happened, and I can't look the other way, and I can't deny it. Kenny Biddle has done some fantastic things about some of the Warren claims and cases. Truth or Demons podcast. Her name is Stevie. Go check that channel out. She is a workhorse with research. Like, really, really, really good channel. She basically shut down something Tony was working on to make money, and she shut it down because she found out it was bullshit. So check her channel out. She's really, really good. Here I am singing again. That means we're surfing for a comment.
What was Jeff's question?
Oh, Jeff asked about remote viewing.
What was the question on it?
I think,
I'm trying to go back and see if I find it.
What do you think about remote viewing? That's the question.
It can be helpful. I'm starting to practice it again. It takes practice to do it. Like I said, but I don't do residential stuff yet. Unless I'm coming to my own house or family members. But usually I remote to public places yet, just because that's something I'm not comfortable doing. Yeah. But when I do, this is something though too, with remote viewing, something that's in place. Any of my friends that do remote viewing, the people that were if we're going to a residential house, they know we're going to do this. They know between this time and this time, we will be coming in remotely, and they can be in the house. They don't have to be in the house. It doesn't matter. But they know that it's set up that, okay, between this time and this time, we will be in the house.
Yeah, we asked for
remotely.
permission.
We asked permission before we would even remote into
Most
someone's
of the
house.
time, there's been some shady cases where it's like, okay,
yeah,
what's it? Okay, this all sounds. I get it. This
sounds weird.
It sounds crazy and it sounds like bullshit. But I'm telling you, there are people that we know that will tell you stuff about people in houses that there is no way they can cheat, look it up, or any of that. Like
we've done.
I don't know how they can do it.
Blindly to try
yeah,
someone.
We've tested some of them.
We tested them, and we test them at our house because, and every single one of them, they're like, I can't get in the house.
Yep.
It's like,
we've
what are you
made up
talking
stories.
about? Yeah, we've made up total different stories, and literally, we had one that said they couldn't get into the house, but they were looking in the one window and they see a lady laying in a bed. And it's crazy because they were looking into a window that is where my bedroom is. But then they were telling us the stuff about our house from looking from the outside. But they were telling us stuff about the outside. They told us about our wacky dogs next door.
And they could not have known that.
No, because we don't ever talk about the wacky. But there was stuff even in our yard that nobody would ever know. But then also the reason they can't get in the house is because I bubble and cleanse our house and secure our house so that we don't have anything come into our house.
Sometimes it happens though.
It does happen. Like, this is crazy. We've actually, one time, I've been in the back part of the house, Jeff's been in the front part of the house, and he was working on a demonic case. And this black thing just kind of swirled through our house. It was coming to check to see what was going on, and it left. But both of us at the same time was like, did you just have a weird feeling? And
we sound like twin paranormal right now. But I'm telling you, all you guys have to. We ask that you take our word for what we're saying because we've never lied to you. We've never faked anything on video. So you just got to trust us a bit. Yeah. And I'm telling you, there's been some crazy shit we've experienced.
Yeah. And
in our poll, so we did a members poll on what to do next. I'm going to share one of those crazy stories that I don't know how you argue with this. It was the Collingwood choked out.
It's. It's a place I don't like going. I will go there.
There's something bad there.
But I won't go in the. I will go in the basement, but I'm completely protecting myself, and I am not. I don't like going down there. Excuse me, but I will go down there. I've been hurt down there twice.
Yeah. So
I've had 2 bad experiences there, so I just don't go. On top of the experience that Jeff had with his old group that he was with, so I just don't like to go there.
So sinful sloth. Say that 7 times fast. Yeah, you were terrified in a family. I'm telling you, autistic people are a beacon for ghosts, and I don't know why, but I've never heard anybody explain why either. But
it's because because I've worked with autistic children and children with disabilities, and even my brother. My brother talks about people that he from his childhood. He talks about people that passed away when he was a child, and he talks about them.
The shit he remembers blows my mind.
It's crazy. And he's 50. What, you're 51, so he's 52. Yeah. He just turned, or he'll be 53. And he talks about this stuff, and it's AJ, I can't even remember this stuff, but he talks about stuff from his childhood and people from his childhood that he talks to.
One thing that he talked about that blew my mind one day is we were driving down Shoreland. So I used to live in a house. I rented a house for a little bit directly across the river from where I live now, right across the river. Mm-hmm. He went to that house one time, but didn't know where it was in relation to this house. We're driving down Shoreland Road one day, and he's like, I remember when you used to live there, and he pointed that house out across the river. It's how the fuck do you, it was crazy.
And because the house looks totally different from the front than it does the back.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Glenda, what did Glenda say? My nieces as a young child used to play with her friend. She did not know that she had an older sister who passed away. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yep. there's something to kids that we can't explain, science can't explain. So
It even helps. Okay, it's crazy because it happens with pets too. Okay, because this is a random thing too. I had miscarried when I was 6 months pregnant, and I've never had a male dog ever. And this dog is like, he is like my child. Even my human daughters say that he gets treated well. Yeah, he does. He gets treated better than they do because he literally, for his birthday next month, he got a 10-foot umbrella outside for so he could sit in the shade. So
Yeah.
yeah, he is really spoiled. But I mean, I've never had a male dog, and for some reason he's first male dog, and he's always been called my baby boy. And then after me, going through things, have realized that he was brought. I mean, I was meant to have this male dog so that I had a baby boy because my child that passed away was
well,
a boy.
not only that, just but like this dog. I mean, dogs can do this. It's
Yeah.
like that. I don't know if it's ever been proved or not, but the dog will alert her when her sugar's off.
Yeah, he's not been trained. He is
He
not
is
a
not
trained
trained at
service
all.
dog.
He just knows.
And he knows, like, when I'm sick, when I'm getting sick, but if my blood sugar is going to drop, he alerts me in the middle of the night that I need to wake up, and I usually, as soon as I sit up, I know something's wrong, and then we go into full mode of fixing up.
Oh shit! Yes, Tasha, you may have to private message me on this.
Yeah.
We do know people in Oklahoma. Yep, absolutely. And that's a cool thing too. It's a Warren Foundation friend of mine. Um, she's very very good, and that's the cool thing too is that like a lot of these foundation members, they want to help people like you, and it's not for YouTube. Like if you've got questions about abilities and stuff like that, so send us a private message through our Boo page. That's usually what we see the most. But yeah, we definitely have contacts in Oklahoma. A very very good one. Fishing for comments. Okay, let's check this one out. Cold read here. I saw a young child real to me in a vacant home my parents were touring. I passed him on the stairwell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's so we can't discount personal experiences either. I mean, some have more than others to the point it's like, okay, so I think you're making shit up, but we cannot. You can't prove them. You don't catch them on video. You don't catch them on audio. But I think a lot of us have had experiences that you just like, okay, that shit was like paranormal to me, but I don't know how to prove it. So,
and that's a lot of times personal experiences. It's, you can't debunk a personal experience because you don't know. I mean, we've actually had in the house, I've gotten scratches. My house is protected. How did I get these scratches? And we've tried to recreate the scratches and have not been able to recreate the scratches.
I really think one of the times that happened. And so, like here again, I hate when you see the thumbnails, scratches from these YouTube channels. But it really did happen, and I can't you just got to take her word for it. And I really think that one of them was like,
you had
I think there was a female spirit that liked me because we were joking around beforehand and
we were goofing
kind of
around. Yep.
But I did not scratch her or do anything to scratch her in any way.
And the dogs weren't around me
because
where it was on my.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like, and you could, the way the scratches were, you couldn't recreate it.
Yeah, join our silver platform for membership, and it's $25 a month. And we'll show Dana boob pics.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding. We don't even have.
But I've been scratched twice since I've only, the one time it was, we don't know what happened, but we tried to and just can't. But we haven't, since last time I've kind of bubbled down the house, we haven't had really anything come at me. But that's when we were doing a lot of demonic or things that were more demonic natured with the Warrens and the Warren Foundation, and now it doesn't seem to be so bad.
So Dawson has a similar story about his kid. Okay. I Again. So when you guys see me pause like this, a lot of times it's like, should I say this? Do I need to be careful? Am I going to get in trouble? Um, there was an incident at the Bel Air house with Side Eye Guy's daughter,
Oh.
where she told Dawson and
Dawn.
she told Dawson and Dawn that there was a ghost in the window or in the house or something like that. It's Side Eye Guy didn't know it at the time, but he asked his daughter once he found out about it,
And when they were home.
and she was like, "Yeah, I didn't see a thing." That's that is so Side Eye Guy's kid. Yeah, I was just fucking with him.
So somebody had a question. Jeffrey had a question. Have you ever compared gifts with Native Americans? If so, are they as in tune as they claim? Okay, so I've done a shamanic journey. And so for me, I believe that if you follow that, it's very in tune, because if you follow the beliefs that they have, when the journey that I took, it opens you up to a lot of different things, but it shows you a way everybody has their own journey. Everybody has to follow their journey differently. So it's hard to say if everyone that has their own path. But for me, they're very in tune. Just because they're very grounded. And I think that's a real key part, that they're very grounded to the earth. They're very grounded to the wind, to the different elements. I mean, they're very grounded, but they also are very, everything was more natural, using like your different herbs and your different medicines that were made naturally. They're not made in a lab. And by following those steps, I think it does. I mean, you have to be open to it, but it
So
makes a difference.
yeah, so I want to address this because that. So why would you need to remote? Isn't it like spying or cheating? So a lot of cases that we did with the foundation where um, people live far away, so we couldn't just like take a 30-minute drive and go. Oops, what the hell? Oh, later. So we couldn't just take like a 30-minute drive and go there and do a traditional investigation. But when we use psychics for remotes, we don't tell them anything going on about the case. Um, a lot of times I use it for more for verification of what the claims are. So like if a person claims that there's banging on my bathroom door at night, and I have a psychic do a remote and they say, yeah, they're hearing a lot of banging on a bathroom door, like that's validation or verification. I don't take everything that they say, as fact, but they can just get a read on the people that we're dealing with. Oh, cat balls. So yeah, we use. I mean, there's a way to. It's not really spying or cheating. It kind of is like spying, except like we said, most of the time we'll tell them we're going to have a psychic do a remote viewing, and it's going to be from this time to this time. Are you okay with this? We ask permission. We don't just because it is kind of an invasion of privacy. So, um, hope I answered that. Let's look for. Yeah, you guys are just having your own little conversation here, which is cool. All right, I got a potty too, so.
Oh my gosh. Were we taking turns?
Yep.
I'd check on the dog though. Is there a question in there for me?
Not that I found.
So, do you think it's possible to travel in time naturally, like some people have claimed? Ah. I'm looking at the comments here. Back to the time thing. I mean, I think Jeff thinks I'm crazy, but I think it's possible, but I don't know how you can do it. But I think it may be a possible thing, and maybe it's not time traveling as much. maybe I'm thinking more of it's not time traveling, but it's more that you can predict. Maybe that's what I think. Maybe see it as. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Does anyone? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Jeff's over here. His Okay, what is the stone tape theory? I don't know what that is.
That's like, yeah, I can talk about that for a minute. Let's switch.
Okay. I have no idea what that is.
I think I have a good grasp on what it is. So, and you'll actually agree with this. So, what's the actual question?
It's
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about the stone? So basically, the theory is that the Earth, like limestone, records energy. It has a lot to do with residual hauntings. Um, I think we've. I don't know that I've ever documented some, but a lot of people will report like once a month, this thing walks through the freaking wall the same time, the same way every time. So that is like where the materials or the earth has like recorded the energy and for some reason plays it back. So I think it's very common because a lot of people will say that like
that makes
this
sense.
thing travels this path, it goes to, so like it's not an intelligent spirit. It's like the earth is playing back a moment in time. In sometimes it's like once a year or random or you know, you'd think if it was on schedule though, like it happens 7 o'clock p.m. on the first of every month. Like you'd think you could record that, but like I've never had anybody go that far with it. So that's. I mean, I believe there's something to that. I don't. Harold's probably not still watching because he hasn't made a comment, but you can actually energize. I think he said he did it with rocks or crystals.
Yeah.
You can actually energize them, but then record the energy at a later date and watch it go down. I think he said something like that. I could be dead wrong and look like a dumbass, but
So Foxfire question, what are your thoughts on sensitives and empaths? I came in late, so I don't know if the topic had already been brought up. We've kind of been covering that.
What was it?
About our thoughts on sensitives and empaths.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about that.
We've been talking, yeah.
Linda's got a good question. What role do you see investigators have with the paranormal? I mean, it's debunking is a big part of it. So people that say you can't be a debunker and an investigator at the same time, like that's the dumbest thing. That's
because
one of the dumbest
if you're an
statements ever.
investigator,
Yeah.
You are a debunker.
My job, and I tell people this, like you may end up not liking me because my job is to tell you that everything you're telling me is normal and explainable. That's my job. That's what I do as an investigator. I'm here to debunk first. Now, when we get to things that we can't explain or explain possibilities, those are the things that we start to look into the paranormal a bit. But debunking is job one of any investigator.
And we teach a class. We help teach a class that shows, and I mean the portion I teach is how to make the difference between being someone with abilities and being an investigator, and how you have there is a fine line that you have to do. Like for instance, the investigation that we went on today, I know nothing about. I was there and I still don't know any.
You locked her in a car, made her wear headphones.
I don't even know. I don't know the name of the street. I don't know that. I only know first names of the 3 people that were in the house and the dogs' names, just because I had something with one of the dogs going on. But I don't ever. I mean, I didn't know anything. I just knew the city. That's all. But I don't know anything else. I don't know what part of the city we were in. Anything, because what happens for me is I actually my headphones are in and my eyes are closed, and I mean because I meditate on our way there. So for me, when I get I'm like totally just not knowing where I'm at because I'm coming on my meditation. But it's the type of meditation that I do to make sure that I kind of get myself in that space where I'm kind of not, I'm aware of my surroundings, but it keeps me more in tune. So I listen and hear and feel more things around me.
Sifting through. Hey, Sean, how you doing? Yeah, Sean, you missed quite a bit. Damn, we've been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Holy crap.
Have we?
Yeah, we're going to have to wrap this up pretty soon. Yeah, y'all
So
have
I
your
guess
own.
the secret's out. Yeah, everybody's gonna know that I do have abilities now. And
But
it's nothing that we've hidden. It's just we don't. I mean,
I think I found though, like, so when I first started talking to debunking people and hanging out in the community and watching what they do, and they were all like, psychics are bullshit, blah blah blah. I don't think that's actually the consensus. I think it's like with Crow's video.
and Crow and I have
actually. Yeah.
It was funny because Crow and I have had our 24-hour response video or messages to each other talking about it. And I mean, and so he's shared experiences he's had, and I mean, and so we've talked. So, I mean, he was like, "Oh my gosh, no, that's cool," because I think he was surprised. Everybody's usually surprised, and it's like, yeah. So
it's similar too, though, to like the stuff that we've done on fake clergy. That doesn't mean I don't believe in real clergy, because certainly they're out there. But there's a lot of fake clergy out there running around doing exorcisms when they shouldn't be. We personally know some.
Yes. And that's kind of funny because the first time I met that person, I didn't have a good feeling about him. So,
speaking of that, I got to write something down. Sorry, I'm making a note. Send blank the blank video.
Oh. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, you did tell him that, didn't you?
Yes. So, sorry for all of the blanks, but they need to be said. There's a question. Oh, that's going to be more for you.
Oh.
She's asking about sensitives and empaths. I mean, we the whole thing is we've talked a lot about that, but
yeah.
We definitely believe.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, like Dawson said something about crystals. And that, yep, I do. I mean, for instance, today I carried certain things with me, but not all. This is funny though too, because I have a
little pouch that I carry.
Yeah, I have a little pouch that I carry that has certain crystals in it that I personally want for my protection. And this is something that's funny. I have a crucifix, not a crucifix, a rosary. Yeah. That's blessed and everything, and I couldn't find it before we left for the investigation. It's not where it normally is, so it's making me mad. But I mean, I carried that with me. I also carry holy water, even though I'm not. I mean, I used to be Catholic, but I'm not. I believe in the Christian faith, but I follow a more natural path. And I mean, I have ritual. I have certain things I wear. I have these are on all the time because that's something.
And I'm very much too like what if, like I'm not a big believer in crystals, things like that. Like, but I know people that I respect. She might need to go out. That really believe that they have protective powers and this and that and the other thing. So I got them sitting on my desk because what if? I'm open-minded to a lot of shit. So.
Our dog, our Boo has special. She's special. She's got.
Look at her.
She's looking at me. Face. Come here.
She needs a fortune cookie.
Yes, poor Boo. She's kind of our special needs dog because she has a disease that is lifelong, and she will be on a very expensive medication for the rest of her life. And she and I lost my train of thought there, but she I lost my train of thought. You got the fortune cookie out.
Yeah, Pooh likes fortune cookies. She likes them when we do lives because she gets cookies.
And Bubba came out.
Bubba's too. Even coming out from his tornado shelter. Bubba freaks out when storms happen and goes and lays in the bathroom. So, but he's like, I heard the fortune cookie wrapper. So, let's go ahead and give the dogs a fortune cookie. Give Bubba one.
Here you go, sweet boy.
So yeah, I mean, we definitely believe in sensitives and empaths. And there again, I hope people don't like unsubscribe because
No, we're not. I mean, it's
some of the hardcore skeptics they
Yeah.
don't like this. They don't like
no,
this
and
stuff.
it's. I mean, and we respect that you might not have the same beliefs as us, but it's also I don't push my belief on people
Right.
either. I mean, it's like, okay, if you don't believe, I mean, yes, I have to prove myself, but it's not like, and I'm not, and you know what?
Ready?
I'm not always 100% right. If you're a true medium or have abilities, that you're not always
you
going to
can
be
absolutely make
100% right.
mistakes. Yep.
I mean, you can have an off day. It's just like you present whatever resonates with you, and that's what you present. So it might not always present.
And yeah, no, I'm not going to say that. I don't have authority to say something I was going to say or permission.
For what?
I
No
don't want
fortune reading tonight, Jeff.
to. What's that?
Somebody asked us said no fortune reading tonight.
So the fortune for everybody tonight is trust your intuition.
Ooh,
how appropriate.
there you go.
That's almost like a spirit talker response.
Come here, boobies. Boobies.
Careful how you say boobies on camera.
Oh yeah, blueberry. Come here, blueberries.
Yeah, Sean says yeah, I mean, if you're investigating and not debunking, like you're just doing a show. Here we go with my stupid ass singing again.
What's up with that today?
I don't know. It's like I don't like dead air.
Do you think the paranormal has a future on YouTube?
That's another really good question. Man, we got some banger questions in here tonight.
That's a good, because it's like
I think
it
does.
I think people are really good now that they see some of these people getting debunked. They're really going to want to see more of actual like helping people, but really helping people and being educated on how to help people rather than just these like entertainment.
I've noticed the entertainers are kind of like, okay, the paranormal shit that we've been doing for so long is starting to not get many views. So I think a lot of them are looking for different ways to get people to watch their stuff. There's a lot of paranormal turned camping channels. But I think too we're on the verge of something really cool because like Dawson is not like Sam and Colby, but I could see him blowing up like Sam and Colby did. He's just got that look, that energy. Like if I was looking at this, like let's say I was a TV producer, like I think Dawson might be kind of an example of like the future of paranormal YouTube. Like his the way he does things, it's really, really good.
I remembered what I was talking about, Boo.
No, he definitely believes a lot more than a lot, but there's nothing wrong with that because he knows he's not out there running around with the apps. He's not doing what all the other channels are doing, but he's very, I don't know, he's likable. I like watching Dawson's videos. Like, I'm not gay or anything, but Dawson, you do good shit.
So back to it, because I remember I was talking about Boo. So Boo, with her special needs, she actually has her own crystals that we have in the window that she likes to look out. She has her own crystals there. That she kind of knows through them, and those are the ones she likes, so those are the ones that are there. But I mean, that's her, and that's kind of her protection to look over her.
She's trying to get her own damn fortune cookie.
Yeah, she's
get out of there.
But we try to. So we do things like that. That we follow things, but we also do a lot of. I do a lot more Native American things on some of the stuff I do, with just how I ground myself and the way I do my groundings. So it's a little bit different, but we do. So even our other dog, he has his own crystal. He's got one crystal. Boo's got a lot more, though. You know.
Our dogs have more. No, I'm not gonna say
our dogs are spoiled rotten. As the human children will say, they get treated better than they do.
We're going through to see if there's any. We are going to wrap it up here pretty soon because it's been 2 hours and 19 minutes. But so if you got one last question, No, I did the fortune reading. Oh, you already commented on that. So
Yeah.
my bad. I'm behind in the
Yes,
comments
you
where
are.
Dana's on top of it.
Thank you, Hair Force.
What did he say?
Thanks, guys, for the heads up on this show.
See, and that's so. This is cool. Faith says, "I'm a skeptic, but love Jeff and Dana." Like that's
And that's
we
okay.
yeah, we can all fucking we can
And
all hang
that's-
out and talk about stuff.
And that's
Like
the thing. That
I'm
makes
I'm
the
very
difference.
skeptical too when people say stuff,
To-
but I've seen real shit. So
But if you are if you're somebody that's a good investigator, a good debunker, a good empath, a good medium, a good someone with some abilities, you're going to be okay if somebody doesn't agree with you. And that's so hard to do because everybody, it's like they don't want to agree with you. It's like, but it's okay to disagree.
We talked to Side-Eye Guy, who is one of the biggest skeptics on YouTube, and we get along great. Like,
and it's
everybody
interesting
can
because
chat.
we talked about, I mean, we actually talked about the mediumship thing, and we were talking about it, and he was like, okay, even though he's skeptic, he was like, that kind of makes sense.
I'm sure he's like, you guys are full of shit, but
I mean, but he was like, he was like, okay, that is I mean, that's a point, and that's like interesting. So he asked more questions on it. So it's not like it's not. I mean, he's not like nope. I mean, he asked questions just, and that's fine. You don't have to agree with us. You don't have to. I mean, you may think we're crazy, but I mean, that's how we are.
But there again, it's not like we realize a lot of what is claimed is bullshit, and that's the thing. But like I said before a couple minutes ago, but I've seen way too much to say that it's bullshit.
But when I first got into ghost hunting, I was like, oh, everything was just like doom, 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 doom. But I mean, I am more skeptic now than I was when I first started.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought everything was this, and I've gotten very skeptic. I mean, I kind of sometimes stuff will be, oh, listen to this, and I'm like, it's this, and he's like, dang. I mean, I will just burst his little bubble.
When you listen to hours of audio, and finally, it's like you come across something. Oh shit, that's another voice that wasn't there. And then but we always get other opinions. We don't say this is an EVP because I heard it this way. It's like, boo, get out of the tissues. So we play it for each other. We don't say what we hear, but then Dana will come and say, "Oh, that's Harold." Like, yeah, oh shit, it is.
So somebody did have Linda had a question. What would be the makeup of the best paranormal team? And what sort of people? So this is funny because we have actually talked about this, and actually the teams that were
Hang on 1 second. Hair Force, thank you very much.
I already thanked him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
my bad. I'm sorry, man. I'm way behind.
And so we've actually talked about this, and we've actually set this up where on our team we actually do have this, but you have to have somebody that's very skeptic about it. You have to have your investigators. You have to have somebody that's good with like equipment. You do have to have a sensitive, which some people are like, no, but you should have one sensitive. You need to have somebody that can do really good research for you. And you need to have team members that are you have to have some people that are very skeptic. Then you have to have that middle of the road and one that is not so much skeptic. I mean, you have to have if you have that, you have the perfect team. And then you might even have more than one sensitive on the team. You might have just two different ones, but you might even have some of those investigators that are empaths and they don't even know it.
But see, and we have moi. but we have rules too in what we do. So like, we do a lot of work with the Toledo, Ohio Ghost Hunter Society, and there's 2 sensitives or mediums or whatever you want to call it on that team. There's what, 7, 8 of us.
Yeah.
So, but they are not allowed to hear a damn thing about even where we're going.
Like today.
No information. Like we literally, I'm not gonna say we didn't lock her in the car, but she stayed in the car while we talked to the family. And then when she went in the house, she had headphones on, so she couldn't hear anything. So, but then again, too, we don't want the sensitives talking to the investigators during an investigation, because
And that's why I write
we need to
everything
go
down.
in like we don't know where anything is at. Because if a medium says, yeah, the shit's going on in the master bedroom, where does every investigator want to go? To the master bedroom.
And
So
we do it, so
we
that's
have
why
very different rules
Jeff
for-
always wants me to record everything. That's why I write it down, because that way they don't hear me say anything unless I bring it up, unless I say it out loud, then they know what's going
on. I think we're getting to the end. Jesus. Why am I yawning?
I don't know.
So, yeah, Dawson, I don't think you blindly believe at all. And that's the thing. Dawson and I have, I'm not going to talk about what we talked about, but Dawson's had some bad experiences doing this. And, when you do have those, they're very real. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that.
Jeffrey asked what an empath is. An empath actually feels, they actually feel like other people's emotions, or they just feel like they sense a lot of different emotions, feelings, like they can so almost they carry on. I gotta let the dog out. They almost carry on the other person's feelings.
We'll probably Lola.
Come on.
He's like stuck. Sorry.
Come on. Did you go potty in that now?
These damn dogs. Yeah. So she described what an empath was. Yeah, I was wondering why Sky Talker was talking about cock earlier. So she said cocky, autocorrect. I get it now. That's funny. All right. So let's say we got time for one more question, and then we do have to wrap it up. It's 2.5 hours. That's a long time. But I appreciate y'all for watching. I know a lot of you have been here from the beginning of the start of this. So I've actually caught up to the chat.
Miracle.
Yeah. Okay.
Happens.
We got there. It takes us a little while sometimes.
For you.
Shut your mouth. So Dawson's going to reveal some stuff here. Should we show it? Don't. Dawson, being an empath is a medium trait. They don't have. So that's another misconception maybe about mediums.
Yeah.
They don't all have all of the. There's certain aspects of mediumship, and you may only get one.
The C's, and I can't. Don't ask me to say all the C's because I don't know. I don't know.
Clairsentient, Claire audio, Claire.
Like mine is I can hear things sometimes. I mean, it's not like mine changed. So sometimes I can hear things, I can feel things, and I can sometimes smell things. Smelling's been this is weird after COVID, because I still don't have my smell back very well, but I do when we go on investigations. I can smell things now, which I didn't used to be able to do. Where I do smell things, and so mine's basically feel, hear, touch, hearing, sensing, and smell.
Yeah.
So I have 4 that I do.
Yep. I don't.
No, empaths and mediums
an aspect
are different.
Of mediumship.
Yep, it's just something that is part of it, but it's not.
And I wanted to actually talk about this for 1 second. So Hair Force is coming. I do think skeptics, and I can understand where they come from, but I think they have a less of a chance of experiencing the paranormal because they're so close-minded to it that I do think you have to have a bit of an open mind to have experiences. That's just my personal opinion. So complete skeptics probably aren't going to see much.
Papa, you're sitting on that little pillow.
Dawson is he's backtracking. I'm just kidding.
I am not saying you don't.
Yeah. I mean, Dawson, I get it. I know so many people that claim to have abilities that don't.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and
I
it's
see it all the time.
yeah, and that's something like I
Like
mean
honestly, it's popular. Like okay, I hope I don't get shit for this, but like being a medium is such a young white girl thing. There's so many of them out there that think
I
that they
didn't know
got
I was
gifts
a
in it.
medium
Like yeah, they
until
just
several years, just
it
several
is
years
trendy.
ago.
It's trendy.
I mean, it was several years ago. I know, and it's not, and that's fine. I mean, if until like somebody, until something happens when I'm with somebody, then it's like, oh crap, there is something to this. Like I said, I'm not always 100% on. Like for the today, the place we went, I might not even hit. I might not have hit anything, but I just go with what my gut says and my feel. What comes to me, I follow my left, my right sides, and I mean, it's just and I do with like some healing. I do some energy healing though, and where I will
I
actually
think
help
that's
with
kind of
that.
what Philip's kind of talking about.
Yeah.
Like you can use your empathic abilities to heal, but it's
Hmm.
I mean I can't
No, but I mean, but that's what
not heal
that's
like
why I took my class too, is to pull. I mean, I pull some I've learned to pull some negative energy and pass on. And actually,
there
I do it
is
on my dogs. I mean,
so
I work on my dogs with it all the time, and my mom.
so there is proof okay of God I wish I had the research at the on my search bar so I could show people. So there is science that is proving that there is some reality to energy healing.
Hmm.
There's this big machine called a squid that can actually measure people's energy. So it's like so your EMF detector isn't detecting your human energy that you give off, but we all give off energy,
Hmm.
and there is some science being done now in studies. You can look them up. Look up the squid machine. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, all caps. There was a really good article that I read where they're kind of proving that like Reiki is a real thing and
Hmm.
actually does work. Now they're not saying that it's going to cure your cancer or anything like that, but they're they're really doing studies on energy healing.
Hmm. And I mean, it's crazy because at first, the first time I heard about it, I was like, "Are you crazy?" But I mean, I do go and get Reiki, and it adjusts your chakras, and but it just really it does. I mean, the energy just. I mean, even everything around me. Like before I started doing Reiki, my life. I mean, I had a lot of stuff that was so negative in my life, but when I started doing Reiki sessions, I mean, all that negative seemed to turn around and like everything just flipped for me. So it's. I mean, energy work is something that does really work.
Mm-hmm. You guys just went out.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't.
No, I got to go out with him
All right.
probably.
Well, I guess let's wrap this up then. We'll say goodbye to everybody and thanks for joining. Um,
Bubble
I just want
absorbs
to make
and
sure.
emotions absorb. Yep. Your energy bubble absorbs. It absolutely does.
Just talking to you, Philip.
And it does. And it's funny because my brother who has special needs, it's so funny because I tell him these, so he behaves. I tell him he has to stay in his bubble. And it works for him because I mean he knows if he's in his bubble that everything is. I mean he knows that's his thing. He has to stay in his bubble, and when he's in his bubble, good things happen. So it's like okay,
So yeah, I mean we love Kenny Biddle here. We watch his stuff and um, I definitely disagree with him on stuff and he would disagree with me, but we're all cool with that. So yeah, Kenny's cool. We all need. We don't want to become an echo chamber in the paranormal. It's great to have all of these different beliefs and opinions that all can come together and
mm-hmm.
talk about stuff. So I mean, you get the echo chamber. Who
But
wants to hear
everybody,
that?
I mean, you may learn something that and it's like oh, and then to approach something a little bit differently the next time you're in a situation. So I mean, and just it's a learning thing. Like I mean, a long time ago, I would never have thought some of the stuff that I think now. But
Yeah.
I mean, just by learning as much as I have, it's very opening. I've never heard that. I have to say to manipulate.
I don't think it's more empath. I think it's more like Reiki, like what we said.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
An empath technically,
Like the energy, it's more Reiki than
right?
because empaths really, I don't. As me as an empath, I don't think
There's a
I
lot.
can feel the energy or feel somebody else's like moods and everything, but I can't pass mine on. But I can send good energy to them, but I can't.
But you can't heal them. Like
No.
if somebody comes,
You have to be open to wanting to be healed to get healed.
yeah, but some things like you can't energetically heal. Like
No.
if someone has a medical chest condition,
Oh no,
an empath may feel chest pains when they're around that person, but they can't do anything to heal that. So we're definitely not claiming.
Actually, is Jeffrey still in here?
I don't know.
Is Jeffrey Kuhn still in here?
Jeffrey Kuhn.
This is, and you can
stand up.
If he's in here, say yes, because he can be a valid proof to this of something that happened when we talked to him the other day. If he is still here,
He probably said, "You guys suck him out." I'm just kidding. Jeff's cool. We like.
Yes. Him. Okay. So Jeffrey, what did I tell you? If you remember that kind of about something on your body. Yeah. And I've never met Jeffrey, and this is the first time I've ever talked to Jeffrey.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So. And you know we.
Yep, my left side was hurting.
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you have something going on with your left side?" And I said, "I don't know if it's like current, but something happened to you on your left side." And then he told me what happened.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's something I would never have known because I've never met him before. But it's because I kept getting a stabbing pain on my left side.
I think I've told the story before, but nah, it's changing the topic. Where I called that one lady the C word and I got stabbed in the back.
Oh, yeah, that is funny. That was
yeah,
funny.
We'll save that for a different time. That's a good story.
But yeah, so I mean with Jeffrey, it was just crazy because like I said, I've never met him, and that was something, and I'm actually going to help him work on some things. So when I see him next weekend.
Just some like energy, like
just some energy
keep
things.
Your shit clear, positive, blah blah blah. So, but anyway,
yeah, there it is. Kidney stone since I was 17 and always on my left side.
Okay, so. I'll tell this story real quick, and that's the last one, because we've got a choice: end it now at a respectable time, or we're just going to start farting like Crow does for 4 hours.
But we don't have to work tomorrow, so it's kind of.
Yeah, but this.
He said he's 46 now. Blew his mind. It's like yeah.
I'll say so. Candy wants me to tell. So.
Which one?
This is. I'm convinced that we had somebody with some very, very bad intentions throw some shit our way because they did not like us. There's reasons why, blah, blah, blah. But they're like, when I tell these stories, I feel like I'm crazy.
You're not.
This person is a very, very skilled generational witch with vast knowledge and like the real deal. And she didn't like us. So I believe she sent something to watch us.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I read a comment that she made on Facebook. Can I say the C word on YouTube?
I don't know. It rhymes with hunt.
Yeah. So I'll say it that way. So I read this comment on Facebook and I'm like, God damn it, person's name, you stupid hunt. And immediately something, I shit you not, for 20 seconds, I felt like somebody stabbed a knife in my back, just like right at that moment. Like I was, that was weird.
This is something though too. Our Harold, who were members of the other group, Harold and I have a love-hate relationship, and it's not really a love-hate relationship, but I basically, I think I was the only female that would tell Harold no.
Yeah, Dawson's not allowed to go on YouTube until 10. That's his personal rules. We're gonna get off here, Dawson.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd have.
But
I should have asked you earlier. Damn it.
But it's so it was just. I mean, I was the only female on our team that, I mean, I could tell him no, or I'd tell him what to do, and he would be okay, and nobody else, the other females would be like, "What's up with you that you can do this?" So we somehow got so emotionally attached, like he was sick and he was making me sick.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I can't keep doing this. I mean, I was like, every time I was like, man, this is just like getting crazy. So I literally had to do it's called cutting the cord. So I basically had to emotionally cut a cord from him. And ever since now, it's like he thinks I'm always mad because I'm not as sarcastic. I'm not as sarcastic like I used to be. And I'm more serious with him than I used to be. So
No, Sky, hang on a second. I got to show that. We don't think you're being confrontational. Like we said earlier, like we welcome all opinions. It's, I mean, but you have such a goddamn positive attitude. Like
yeah.
we're not like, I don't think I'm fighting with Sky Talker tonight. Like that's not even been close to a thought. You're not. No, it's all good. No, Sky is always welcome here.
Mm-hmm.
And
everybody's
I
always
don't
welcome
care
here.
if you say, I don't care if you debunk me for something. You'll still be welcome here. You're a good person. We like you. So, all right, well, guys, I think we should wrap it up.
Yes, Bubba is sleeping on a pillow this big.
Aww.
I mean, he's a big dog, and he's sleeping on a pillow this big because
he's high as a
his
kite.
bedtime. And he's high as a kite because
we had to give him his anxiety pills.
Because there's thunderstorms and rain, so he's in his little.
No, Faith, you're another one. You're in all of our comments. You don't even think that I'll ever be like, oh God, Faith.
No,
she's horrible.
And that's funny because none of you guys do, because
no, this is open conversation.
It's open, yeah, and I mean
more of this needs to happen.
Yeah, it's constructive convo goes a long way. Exactly. And that's the thing. As long as everybody's open-minded about everything that's going on, one, you might learn something. Two, it brings on great discussions.
We might learn something.
Well, everybody might learn something.
Our ego is not that. Like,
no, and
yeah.
Like I learned about that stone whatever today, what it's called.
Stone tape theory.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
Oh, get the fuck down. Get. Look at her. She's trying to get a tissue.
Boo! You do not need
a
tissue.
This is funny. You guys can't see it. I wish you could.
Boo!
Boo!
Get out of here. This dog.
She eats tissues and toilet paper.
Like literally, we had to put the. Actually, I'm buying a toilet paper roll to so she can't get to it because that's how much. She's actually those big things from Costco of toilet paper. She's gone through one of those in a year by herself. Because she gets them and she destroys them when we leave or we go on live. So we've had to hide our toilet paper, and now it sits up way up on a shelf so she can't get it. And she's actually, the one time was the best one. There was a run. You could see it. We were on a live and she ran it from the bathroom all the way into the bedroom. It was like, oh. Candy,
do that if you can. If not, we have to. But yeah, we want to make Sky a mod.
I think, don't I have to do that?
I don't know.
I can do that.
Okay. So Sky, Dana's going to make you a mod.
It'll take a minute because I got to flip off of Mrs.
Because we don't like Sky's opinion. So, I mean, clearly, like I said, we may disagree on shit, but like Sky is good people. So
if I don't do it right now, I'll do it actually when I get off. For some reason, it's not letting me do switch right now. But maybe because I'm on Boo. No, I was done, Mrs. Boo.
Yeah, Boo. We can always tell Boo's poop out in the backyard because it usually contains toy parts.
Yeah, I would say so. The dogs go to daycare, and they always know where Boo poops.
It's always got some kind of fabric
because it's got some kind of toy in it, some kind of plastic, some kind of paper. It's got something in it. They always know, or it's got fuzz because she shreds her toys and she eats the fuzz.
Yep.
So you can always tell. And then the other dogs, they all go in their own special spot. Boo, she goes everywhere, and you can tell which one is hers because she's got toy parts. And it's sad. Well, it's sad because they go to daycare at my sister's house, but they can that it's sad because she can always tell which toy it was too, if it was came from her house or if it came from our house. Because a lot of their
The
toys
colors
are
don't change from.
nope. And this dog is eating some stuff. It's like I don't know how she's considering she's special needs. I don't know how she has survived as long as she has with some of this. I mean, she's eating some spicy
Raw
hot food,
meat,
raw meat, butter.
chocolate.
She used to get on the counter as a puppy
Yeah,
and eat butter,
it's like a
sticks
damn
of butter.
cat.
It's like seriously, dog. I mean, she's just
All right.
yeah.
Let's wrap it up. We'll see y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the videos.
Yes.
Like, we appreciate that. And thanks for the support in every way. Like, I mean, this is a dream for me to do this. Like, I never set out to do this for YouTube, but I've seen a lot of stuff where paranormal investigators just don't do things right. So that's my whole goal, is to, just, get people out there to help people and stuff like that. So, all right. Peace out, y'all. This is that awkward ending where you hit end stream.